tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you.
Yeah, got a show for y'all. Got a damn good show.
To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You cannot stop me, I'ma make it to the top spicy. Call a covenant, not cocky. You cannot break me, this world's mine for the taking. Got an inch, man, I'm making. Oh, I'll keep my head down and try to be patient. I'll take a stab at the top and the sailing. They can all try, but you cannot contain it. Cause I see the things that I want and I take on my goal. Push myself to the brink, no limit. Do what it takes to be free, committed. I'm a little obsessed with things, I'll admit it. But that's what it takes to get a freedom ticket. Got a killer instinct and it's just the beginning. Breaking down walls and the hurt start thinning. And the more you push it, the fast start trimming. Till you're the only one standing up straight, winning all.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
You just gotta wanna keep chasing, put you everything you're facing. Keep up with the pacing, adrenaline rush starts racing. Get through all the things you hate in. Don't let the others in charge of your dreams. They just don't know what it takes to be seen. You see the ship take control of your team. And if you're alone, then a one-man army. So you better be starving, and you better be carving. Through the hate, keep marching. And every day keep charging ahead till you get what you want, what you dream. Regret is the thing of the past, and you'll see that you always had it inside. It's the key to make the most of this life believe.
No, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill. We never give up, no, we never sit still. It's time to stand up, time to take the red pill. To make this our world, gonna die on this hill. Be ready to fight and be ready to kill.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
What's up? How you been?
Let me tell you a little something out here on these streets. Listen, do I have the floor?
You have the floor, sir. You have the floor.
All right. So, listen. So, I'm going to start this off. I got a couple rants to go tonight. So, this is A1 Buku rant. First off, here we go. Let me start by saying this. I'm so happy. Like, I feel like I got a badge of honor today because someone actually said something derogatory about me. Got home from work, watched a couple videos after putting the baby to bed, and someone actually had the nerve to say some bad things about me. Funny as shit. I feel like I got a badge of honor. First time I've been out here and then they said that, right? So here's what I want to address. First off, you ain't even funding this fucking country and you're talking shit. You're running around in fucking troll channels and memberships, paying for memberships and donating money, which is all clipped. And then you want to talk about me. You're nothing but a noob. You have no idea how YouTube works. You have no idea how this community works. And then you want to say something about me. You don't even have the players in the right position when you're even talking about what you're talking about. That's how dumb you are.
What?
I didn't even say nothing. What's so fucking funny, I didn't even say nothing, and this fucking retard just starts going off about me. Like, I didn't say nothing. I let AJot do a live and broadcast it on my panel or on my channel too. And this crackhead, I guess, decides that, you know, she knows everything. And first off,
but I thought it was Crofty.
No, yeah.
I thought it was you, Crofty, and Exiled.
Yeah, it was me, Crofty, and the exiled one from New Wales or whatever the fuck she said.
AKA Havoc.
AKA X Havoc, yeah. And that's what I mean by she don't even have the fucking players right. How the fuck does she play the game? Like, and then to tell me that, first off, that my mods suck. Look, I got some of the best mods on my channel and all of YouTube. But no one cares about you. No one cares about your name. No one cares if someone's using your name. She said that name was the name that was in my chat wasn't her, and I should have knew better and all that. Like, I don't fucking care. That's what you don't understand, stupid. I don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care about what you do over there in Australia. Shit, I hope you get bit by a brown snake or something. Jesus Christ. And then you leave people alone or something. Fucking Christ almighty. Clip that shit. As my buddy, the Angry Vet, would say, clip that shit, bitch. Anyways.
Wow.
So that's my fucking rant. You fucking stupid Aussie. Shut your fucking pie hole. Stay over there and fucking rub on your dog's wieners or whatever the fuck you do over there. and shut your mouth. You don't know me. You don't know nothing about me. No one gives a shit about your fan base. And your fan base can look me up, come at me, whatever the fuck they want. If someone's in my chat that's you know, friends of hers and wants to clip my shit, go ahead. I don't give a shit. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the watch time hours. Whatever. And there's my rant. So pretty much, hang on, no, that isn't my rant. Pretty much at the end of my rant is, I don't give a fuck about you or anybody you know, bitch. Period. Okay. How you doing, babe?
Wow.
Done. I'm done.
Wow. I mean, tell us how you really feel.
Oh, you want me to really do that? I got one more. I got another rant lined up for later on tonight about another person, but I'm gonna lose that one. I'm gonna wait to the end towards that one. But go ahead.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a little bit, you know. I'm gonna do it a little different. So, hold up. Everybody got your ears on?
Okay, 3 people. Toe for Life, Crofty, and someone else. You had a live stream last week or the week before, and someone sent me a link to it, but I didn't bother going over there. But I have been receiving Discord messages and emails telling me that you and your mods allowed an Essendon Hennessy channel in there that only had a couple of subs, so you knew damn well that at that time that was not me. And why you allowed it to continue and be part of your hate fest is beyond me, but kind of disgusting. So
what's disgusting is one, we even said after a while that it was a troll and we didn't mind partaking in the trollism. That's not a word. Okay. 2, it's a jot. A jot. You know, you've done a few videos on me, but they're all gone. Oh, but don't worry, I have them.
Damn it. You sure you're not L. Crofty?
Nope, I'm not El Crofty. I'm not sexy old grandma. And there was one more she mistaked me for. I don't know. Oh, I was the bitch in one of them.
either you set it up, one of you set it up, or Exiled set it up, or your mods are useless. Take your pick, don't give a fuck. But you really need to be very careful.
Our mods do what we ask them to do as a mod. So they did what we asked them to do. So they're perfect. Oh crap, we have Clash with Bell.
Ooh, Clash with Bow says
You
sexy
I
grandma.
only have 900 odd subs. And you don't see a lot of people in my chats commenting. I can assure you that people are watching.
People are watching, Toe. Bow.
I
Are you
don't
watching?
give a fuck who's
We're
watching.
saying hi to Bow. I don't know.
Oh, hi to Bow.
Hi to Bow.
By the way, did I tell everybody that Clash with Bow is the 1A GOAT, baby?
And they are not fucking impressed that you all did that using my name. You were told by several people that's not the real Essendon Hennessy channel, but you continue to allow it in there.
So here's the thing about that. Even if it wasn't the Hennessy channel, they sure did know exactly what you've done and how you've done it. And they talked just as if it were you. Now, it could have been troll. It probably was. I mean, we don't know if that was your backup account or not, but I mean, it was a good show. I mean, that's what sells on YouTube, right? Drama, you know. Sorry I don't have a stolen valor. Oh, and sorry that I didn't allegedly kill anybody.
Now, I don't know why you did that, and quite frankly, I don't care. But we're just getting around that you are allowing this to happen, and you are therefore abusing my good name. And yeah, I do have a good name. I do things.
We are abusing her good name. Did you hear that? We. How? She does what she wants, right?
Good.
On her channel and yada yada. But we tarnish her name? Say it ain't so, Toe.
Fuck it. Yep, that's what I do.
Things with the 1A community that you have no idea about. I do it in the background. And yes, I financially support a lot of people.
Frauded Wrangler?
And some of those people were sitting in your chat because they are the ones who got back to me about it. Channels aren't destroyed by outsiders. They're destroyed by people who are inside the channel.
They're not destroyed by outsiders. They're destroyed by people within the channel. Interesting. So, Northwoods, NH, Mountain Girl, this is like your top mod, right? I mean, everybody know who Michael is. You know, Frauded Wrangler? I mean, she supports him, and that's who you want to okay, I mean, whatever. I guess them woods are lonely.
channel. You might want to keep that in mind. And as for the exiled one up there in New South Wales, yes, I have the hard drives. It's a shame.
It's a shame because as she continues to portray that this was somebody trying to be her, she sure does talk about the hard drives. I mean, before we booted the so-called troll out, wasn't that what they said, Toe?
Yeah,
Was X
sounds like
Havoc? We don't have, or I don't have just one. I have 2 hard drives.
here's what I got to say. Sounds like a not a me problem. Sounds like a you problem if someone's running around with your name and your avatar.
I
That ain't
mean,
my fucking problem. I don't give a fuck. Like for real, I don't. I could care fucking less.
It is a shame. Every time I think of you, I imagine a man who looks like a cross between Chris here in Melbourne and Nathan up in Sydney. And I got to tell you, it's not a pleasant sight because what comes back to me is the image of Jeremiah Payne.
Jeremiah Payne.
Gosh. Anyway, just keep in mind, haters, that when you come at me, you don't just come at me. There's a lot of other people who are involved behind the scenes like myself. And
say it ain't so. SE, you go after one of us, we all come after you. Y'all went after Crofty, we all come after you. Interesting.
and you will get told off by them, and it's going to be highly embarrassing because I'll ensure that it's public.
I'm waiting. I'm ready when you are. Let's see who can embarrass me.
Oh no, public. I go live on YouTube and I'm public all the time. I don't care. Hello.
See, I say what I do. I mean, I say what I mean, and oh, you know what I'm trying to say. I say what I mean and mean what I say.
Listen, these noobs out here for real. Like all my rants lately are nothing but noobs. Like this shit is funny as hell. Like I just like sitting back and laughing about it. You know that.
So, whoever's gonna come at me or come at Toe, you know, I might have the bigger channel, but Toe has the bigger name. That's why we're Team Justice for Life.
That's right. Y'all know that. I might not have the subs, but I got the name, baby.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Sorry. You know, my backup over here is supposed to be highlighting comments saying hi, why I'm doing my rant. But, you know, it's all right. I got this. Right.
You know, I suck. I'm reading all the comments. I just suck at pinning them.
A lot of people like to keep a low profile, but when it comes to this kind of thing, where people who have been in the 1A community long enough, such as yourselves, you go and allow someone in your chat to use someone else's channel name, and
isn't that what goes on YouTube all the time? Socks here and there. I mean, it's not like she has her trademark or something, right? Just saying.
avatar,
Cliff,
and you knowingly do it.
Somebody,
it's not
I don't
a
know.
YouTube
What's
issue.
up, Four
This is
Corners?
a community issue, and you
What's
will
up, Four
be
Corners?
called out on it, not just by me.
Guys, if you didn't know, Four Corners had a live earlier today. I shared it on my community page. They're putting or have or are going to put a warrant out for his arrest again. He just got out of jail yesterday because of a warrant that they had on him for criminal trespassing. Please go show him some love. He's going to need our help. You know, they're really, however you can help.
What up, G-Wack? What up, Midwest?
All right. Take 2.
Because the gifts, it's amazing how much money is going through these channels. They're not actually out there doing anything.
Right.
They are not out there doing what Four Corner Fist in the Air does almost zero reward when it comes to monetary gain.
Yeah, he's not making anything really.
Such a shame.
By the time he pays for his gas and
Yep.
cameras and batteries and cord and
But that's right. It's really the time out from his life where he's not.
And that is true, guys. Everybody, he does need Four Corners, needs our support. He's been going out there. He's dealing with some harsh, tyrants. So let's get him the support, the help we need. If any of the mods has his information, I do not. Please drop it.
Getting paid a single cent, except for a bit of dribble of a few dollars here and a few dollars here. Yet he's the one that is out there doing it, and people are taking his videos and stream sniping them as a replay on their own channels and getting.
Okay, I'm going to go on a little rant real quick. Four Corners, I hope you're still in chat. Here's my problem with this whole SC thing, okay? I know you're friends with, Northwoods and NH, and they've supported you and been there for you when probably nobody wouldn't, or you wouldn't have got the acknowledgement from people had they not been there. And I think that's great. I do. I commend them too on being there for you. But my problem is the other show is for them. But right now, my problem is Essie is their head mod. You know what I mean? And she supports a murderer. I mean, I understand his trial was a mistrial, but it's not that he was found not guilty. It was a mistrial on, stupid whatever. So anyway, I'm just it's a moral thing, Nobody's here to tell you who you should and should not be, but that's what it comes down to for me.
Paid huge money for it. I'm disappointed for him. I really am.
yep. I hear you.
But it's the YouTube streets, and that's all there is to it. Much of the time, it's not even a 1A community thing. It's just a YouTube thing. Gone from, the hard graft that he does to becoming nothing more than drama and entertainment.
Yep. And most of the support that I've seen come through are just regular people that, they love his channel and him, and like the people that are here now, and we always donate and get his phone going and whatever.
Yep.
But I've been just watching the chats and seeing who's coming in, and it's the normal people that come in,
Yep.
I don't see a lot of people coming in to support him.
That's kind of what I was getting at, and I was trying not to be too obvious about it because I don't want to do that here on your channel. If I'm going to bitch, gripe, and moan about something, I take it to my channel.
Here we go. Here we go.
You can say whatever you want tonight. This is just a chat, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anything goes. Everybody's welcome up. Let it roll. One of those nights. Something's on your mind. Let it rip, sweetheart. Where's Brooklyn?
Well, there is something on my mind. Very disappointed that, and I have put it out on a couple of my videos, very disappointed that the live stream that Toe for Life, Crofty, and I can't remember the
Stop, pause.
Might have been
Pause.
Paused.
She's disappointed. I don't care. I don't care. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. Oh my God. Go ahead. This chick is off the rails.
Disappointed that they and their moderators allowed someone in the channel to create havoc using my channel name and avatar. I've just put out a video about that, speaking my mind about it, and I am hoping, I know that Havoc watches everything I put out. As soon as he must have my notification bell
Yes,
on,
he does.
he watches everything. He
Yep.
does. I mean, I think he watches it before anyone else does. He probably wakes up at 3 in the morning and watches them. I don't know, but he watches everything I put out. And then because so many people know me, they send me screenshots of what he's saying or small video clips about what he's saying about me. And I know that he must have just watched the latest video that I put out 10 minutes ago. So I'm kind of pissed off that they allowed that channel using my name and avatar to be in their chat when it was quite clear that was not my channel. disappointed, absolutely disappointed that people who are in the 1A community and have been there for this long and are bitching and griping about me, about other people, and yet they allow that to happen. Their moderators must be fucking useless to allow that to happen. They checked, and somebody told me that the channel had 2 or 3 subs, or maybe 6. I can't remember. I never went over there and watched it.
For a second.
Um,
Please tell me, seriously, please tell me, what does the 1A community and someone coming in under an alleged sock account in someone else's name got to do with anything? Please tell me why that has anything to pertain with the 1A. You got anybody? Anybody? Did you guys hear that? No? I don't know. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That didn't make no sense to me. I'm so disappointed that the 1A community would let someone come in under my name and my avatar and talk. Huh? What?
What's up, Joe Cool?
No,
really disappointed about that.
Okay, which chat was that in?
That was the live stream that Crofty, Tofu Life, and Havoc had set it up, and I was told that I was someone that they just bitching and moaning about and carrying on about. Now, I don't even have anything to do with the channels that these people have or run or are part of.
Don't even know the players and trying to play the game.
Why? I don't know. A lot of people still hate me for having supported Brooklyn Audit. Go Brooklyn! Brooklyn Audit rocks.
Yeah, shout out to Brooklyn Audit. Fucking right.
Yeah, he left me a message in one of my Walking with Max and Rex
Can't wait to
the
see
other
him back
day.
out there.
Yeah,
Head up to the 13 watching. Woo fucking woo.
So yeah, that's my gripe. I've said it. And I'm going to wash my hands off and head out and walk Max and Rex and do some videos.
Nice.
And in the meantime, I will be listening to you when I'm not doing videos.
Oh my God.
I know.
So dissect it, because I want to hear what you have to say about that whole spiel. First off, like I said, again, don't even know the players and trying to play the game. She doesn't even make sense. Jesus.
I mean, look, I'm honored to be called Crofty, right? Because that woman is one of the biggest 1A supporters, you know, with like Edwina, like they're the background, you know what I'm saying? Like they might not be in the field, but they're the ones that do the link drops, the phone calls, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, I've known Crofty. I've been out here 5 years or something like that, where I've actually been chatting and all that. And I met Crofty back then, and she was big back then, and she's still been big in supporting everybody.
right. All right, so we have take 3. It's the last one.
It's a place I haven't been to before. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. Looking forward to it. Now, as you know, I do the occasional video that doesn't sit well with everyone. And when I do that video, I'll leave it up for a couple of days. And then so as not to clog our beautiful channel with bullshit, I take it down. Sometimes takes a week. All depends. If I get the feedback that I need from it, off it comes. And with the Discord and email messages that I've been receiving, it's gone. I took it down, so thank you for that.
Dude, she took it down. She took it down because somebody said, hey, look, that's not Crofty. That's Ajot. That's why she took it down. I mean, seriously, listen.
Someone caught her and said, drink another one.
I know. And in fact, I saw Ajot today, who didn't say anything to me, but just sort of popped in there, had a couple of things to say in someone else's live chat, and then disappeared. Hardly worth your bother, but she's probably just there saying, hey, look at me, and I don't really care.
I have nothing to say to her. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say hi in chat. There's no point.
I'm not even going there.
You and Tofu Life and the exiled one can go suck jelly off Bubba's asshole.
I like
We
jelly.
gonna go suck jelly off Bubba's asshole.
Oh, I like jam. I like jam better.
I mean, jam for an a-hole, definitely would be better. It's a little thicker, so you
Oh
don't have to
my.
worry about it running down. I'm just saying.
Oh Lord.
So that has gone down, that video. If I need to make a new one, I will. But those people who wanted it done, it's done. I've put it out there for maybe 2 days. That's enough for me. I really don't want it clogging up my channel. If you need me to make another one, then please let me know.
Everybody, please let her know. Please let her know that you need another video. You would like to have a video where she knows the players in the game. Thank you.
Thanks,
I don't
Vic.
think I'll need further reminders, quite frankly. I think you've all done what you said you would do, what you needed to do to remind those three to just rein it in and quit the BS, because that's not a good look on anyone's channel. Especially if you consider... Oh, Crofty was the other one. Especially when you consider that these people have been around the 1A community.
And she still puts Crofty in her mouth. I mean...
long enough and call themselves stalwart supporters, and they go and let somebody come in using my avatar name, channel name.
Oh yeah,
and,
she's definitely doing a video later on tonight or tomorrow. That's for sure.
Call for supporting me on that, giving me ideas of what needed to be said and done. It's over for now, and thank you all kindly.
Damn it.
Oh well, they're attacking each other, those two tugs. Weird.
Got one more, don't you? You're muted if you're talking at all there.
Oh,
Hey,
yes.
yeah.
I just went like minutes for talking. I mean, I sure did. Yep. No, I had 2 other videos, but I don't have them right away, and I don't really, too much pressure to find it right now. So
All right. Well, I think everybody's got the gist of it anyway, pretty much. Like, and most of the people in the chat, like, they know this chick and they know she's crazy as a $3 bill.
$3
and
bill.
Toe doesn't like the drama and Toe doesn't get involved in the drama, but this one's fun to play with, right? So that's why I'm here, because it's actually fun to play with this one, because this one don't know their ass from a hole in the ground, even if it had hair on it. Just saying.
Just saying.
Now, you want to say hi to anybody that's in the chat, since we were going on and on?
Oh, I mean, so many people have come up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look.
Go. Look. I'm looking. What?
Can I do my second half of my rant?
Should I be up here or should I put you solo?
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So look, gosh darn it. I was watching a live stream last night, and son of a bitch, this newbie that's out here, he's a narcissist. First off, like, if narcissist had a picture in the damn dictionary, it'd be him. This dude's so stupid. He's on his panel. He's got other people on his panel. He's talking about troll this. He's talking about troll that. And the next thing you know, you look down in the bottom left corner of his panel. He's got one of the biggest trolls on all of YouTube on his panel, and he doesn't even know it. He has no idea who this fucking guy is, and he lets him on his fucking panel, and then he's talking about troll this and troll that, and I'm like, are you fucking serious, dumbass? Like, you're a newbie. You don't even know. That's fucking ASMR. ASMR is doing nothing but trolling you. He's going to troll you. He's going to use you. Oh my God, dude. It was fucking hilarious and classic. This dude don't know his ass from a hole in the ground. Please, bro, stop. Stop. You're not all that in a bag of chips. Really, you're not. I don't really give a shit that you're a veteran, because that's all you do is say, I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran. So shut the fuck up. I really don't care. That doesn't make you better than me because you're a veteran. It's humble veterans that I respect. People like Clash with Bow, people like Vet, people like A Veterans Affair, people like Rights Crispy. Them are the kind of vets that I respect because you know what? They don't fucking tell everybody every 2 seconds, hey, did you know I'm a vet? Hey, did you know I fought for your rights? Hey, did you know I did this? Hey, did you know I did that? I jumped out of a plane and I landed upside down on my fucking head. That's why I'm up here and I'm talking so stupid and I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground. And YouTube's going to swallow me up and spit me out before long. And he's just no fucking idea, dude. ASMR, dude. Like if ASMR comes in my chat and comes up on my panel, I'll let ASMR up. Why? Because I know ASMR. Why? Because ASMR respects me. I respect ASMR. I don't believe, like, I don't get on the bandwagon and all the bullshit that he's done over the years on YouTube. But as a person, me to him, he's never done anything to me, twisted me any different way. So I'm cool with that shit, right? But this dude's sitting up here talking about, oh yeah, I'm this in YouTube, and then we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and then you got fucking ASMR on your panel. Jesus Lord Almighty, God help us all. This is the new YouTube content that you guys are gonna have and watch. And on top of that, the dude's a fucking turncoat. So, I mean, there it is. I spoke my mind, didn't say his channel name, but I specifically would like to say that he's a turncoat. Oh, yeah, Vic. ASMR is still around. Like I said, last night he was on a panel. I watched him on the panel. As soon as he popped up, I seen his avatar. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Is that ASMR? And then I listened, and then I heard his voice. And then, of course, it was ASMR. And I thought, and I even told Ajad, I said, some bitch, I was like, this dude's going to get porn bombed, trolled, something. Like ASMR just don't jump up on your panel not knowing you for nothing. He's coming up there. He's got something on his mind. He's waiting for the right time. Yeah, generally speaking, Midwest, yeah, I would have to say that the guy's a narcissist. But specifically, he's a newbie. Just saying. And shout out to all the real vets out here on the YouTube streets. Like I said, my boy Angry Vet, my boy Rights Crispy, my boy Clash with Bow, and my boy A Veterans Affair. Just saying. And anybody else, and that's the thing. It's like there's probably 5 people, 10 people, 15 people in these chats right now that are vets. But they don't just every 5 minutes tell everybody that they're a vet, trying to gain some kind of notoriety on fucking YouTube because you're a vet, and then trying to make everybody like, oh, you're beneath me because I'm a vet and you're not. Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. I'm not a vet. I'm not. You never heard of ASMR? Yeah, see, John Eagle, ASMR is an old troll, man. He's drama community troll guy. He ran around the 1A. He started a lot of shit in the 1A with a lot of people. But he's been around a while. Like ASMR has been around 5, 6, 7 years, you know. On the 1A, he says he's been around YouTube for 20 years or more. Oh shit. Oh snap. What's up, Joe?
See, that shit gonna get your ass in trouble, bro.
What gonna get me in trouble? I ain't say
all
shit.
that changing my fucking name around gonna get your ass in trouble.
Oh,
You see
okay,
me in
all right,
chat,
all
I'm
right.
Joe Fool. Now I'm fucking
No, I never called you Joe Fool. I said Joe Not Cool.
I'm
That's
talking about
what
in chat. Wasn't that I thought I thought every time I saw you,
No,
you was calling
I
me
would
Joe
never call
Fool
you a
in chat.
fool, man.
All
You're
right.
far from being a fool. That's
All
for
right,
sure.
thank you. I apologize. I
You're
might have
one
been
of the-
snapping on somebody else.
You're one of the smartest people I actually know. One of the
All right,
one of the
because
most
I like
intelligent
you. I'm
people.
like, I dig you, and I like it. You know, I agree with you. I've been trying to fast forward and see who that first person was, and Asmar. You know, I know Asmar is like you're calling that shit. Asmar is gonna you know what it is. The first one was that Miss J is a few Brits. I couldn't get the first one. I think y'all had on two X or something. I couldn't make the voice.
It's no, she's an Aussie. Her name's Essendon Hennessy.
Oh, yeah, Hennessy. Yeah, Hennessy. That was Hennessy. I knew I had. All right.
Yeah.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? What's going on, homie?
And one of our internets that messed up. I couldn't really hear you, Doc. Maybe I got to switch the data.
No, I didn't hear him either. Whatever he said.
Fucking H.I. laughing. I thought
No, I
didn't
say anything.
Oh, okay, we can hear you. All right. You had a good look, Pimp.
But you know, like Joe, like actually, I've seen you on panel with the same noob that I was talking about that had Asmar up there.
Yes.
Like this new, he just don't know, man. He has no idea, dude. I mean, he sounds intelligent, and that's another thing that he tries to act like he's intelligent. And someone that maybe someone like me that didn't even make it to the 12th grade. You know what I mean? Like I'm not intelligent. Listen here. I've been on this earth 50 years. I've seen it all. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and I've seen the ugly. And that doesn't.
Yeah, you can't be out here for 50 years and not garner some knowledge. It's not a thing, right?
Right. Yeah. Just because you read a fucking book, and you can quote a book, I don't give a shit. I don't read.
So we're talking about
unless
so
I
I
want to
know.
read.
Maybe you guys don't like to say names on here. I'm gonna put.
I don't mind.
You don't mind? I'm gonna
I
put
don't
this
mind.
one since this is told.
Hey,
I'm gonna put this
It's a
in
free
the back
speech
chat.
channel, bro.
Look in the back chat and tell me, is that the cat you're talking about? Because you say always leaning on his service. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So you got him right as well.
Like, did I call that wrong? And the bad part about it, Joe, is that 3 months ago or more, I called it. I said this shit 3 months ago or more. I started popping in, watching the live streams, and I'm just like, nah, man, this dude ain't right. Like
the first day I met him, Anarchy TV sent me a clip, and it was like fire. He was losing his temper. I didn't know who the cat was, and he was like, "You fucking indoor cats are insufferable." Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, what? I gotta go over and see the guy. I go over to his room, and he's talking about some political shit. So I don't know. I don't. I don't like politicians and all that shit. So I said something like, "Oh, man, somebody's been watching too much Trump." And he just lost it. I know who you are, Joe Cool. You claim to be peaceful. You're of the devil. Go smoke some more weed. It's just, so I knew, type of cat I was dealing with, what it was going to be getting, later.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how I felt, man. I was down in the chat, and I was so happy to see A-John and Topher Live doing panels and still doing their thing. And then they brought up Joe Cool, and I was like, oh my God. What the fuck are they doing? I was like, what are they really doing over here?
Fucking troublemaker. He's got to fucking get your channel taken.
$27. It's up to $27. You owe me, Joe. What's up?
$27 fucking number change. I'm in the black.
Interest is piling up, brother. I'm telling you.
Inflation.
But seriously, man, it's good to see y'all still doing your thing, man. Still fighting the fight. Hope you guys' families are doing well, man.
Yeah, thank
Hey,
you. And
man.
thank you for hopping up
You too,
because you
buddy.
know we like you. Whose intro did I see? I don't even know who channel I'm on. I saw a really nice intro with a really nice beat. I don't know if it was A. Johnson Toes though. It had a dope
That's a
ass.
combination. That's our combination Justice for
All
Life
right. I
intro.
think y'all was shooting each other with BB guns or something.
No,
No,
we was
that was a
tasing.
taser.
That was a taser. Okay.
Oh, and by the way, anything that was said in the chat derogatory about anybody, that was the sock account impersonating me. So, don't take any of that stuff personal. That
Are
was
you
all
mad?
this big Ferrari. Yeah, there's a
Are you
big Ferrari sock going around talking shit about everybody. So that's
are you mad that our mods didn't get rid of that big Ferrari sock, man? Come on.
Yeah.
Jeez.
yeah. Come on, man. You got
Because it's
block
totally
that
against
guy, man.
it's totally against
Yeah,
the 1A, Vic. It's totally against the
yeah,
1A to have a sock account in
yeah.
your chat.
Wait,
That's it.
are you guys friends? Do are you like good friends? Why did she feel that you guys should have kicked them? Are you guys good friends with
No,
Hennessy or something?
she's
Right.
mad.
She's
Go
a
ahead,
queen
Ajot. You tell her.
clown. She's a queen clown. So I don't know. I guess it was a week. No, it's been like 2 weeks ago. I hosted a panel where some channels wanted to call out some other channels. So
Yeah.
I said, "Bring your receipts," and
All right.
that's what happened. And she's upset because I saw up, down, up. Sorry, Midwest. Anyway, so she's just making videos. She's another crazy one. Like, she goes on these rants and make these videos. You know what I mean? And then she'll take them down. Because
Right.
she realizes that I don't know.
How tight are you guys? Are you guys tight with Hennessy?
No,
No, not at all.
that's not at all. She's no.
It's weird that she expected you guys to defend her or from some sock in the chat, and you guys not even tight.
Exactly.
Kind of odd.
If it was a sock, right?
If it
I
was
don't
a
even.
sock, I mean, sure, it wasn't her channel, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that it wasn't her sock. You know what I'm saying? Like the conversation that troll or whatever had with the people on panel was as if it was her. So,
She knew shit that only she would know.
Right, there you go. The person portraying to be her, yeah.
Correct.
All
yeah.
I had to say
Sup,
is,
Joko?
all I had to say is, if it was a sock account, it was a great troll. A1, good job.
I don't know. Who was that?
That was Midwest.
Midwest. What's up? I thought I heard her. You say Midwest. All right. I got a tiny phone.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably normal.
I heard you were just at my boy's house there in Peoria.
Yes, it was great, right? He told
I
me
just miss you.
He told me that you guys apparently hang out regularly. Hung out a few times.
Oh, we live in the same town, of course.
Oh, okay. I thought he told me that. I'm like, yeah. That's really cool, man.
I moved from Springfield up to Peoria to be closer to my mom, and he just happened to be there.
No,
him and
I didn't know
Kilted.
you stayed in Peoria now. You left that part out.
I do now. Yeah, I was in Springfield. That's where I caught my first arrest, which I beat the charges too, by the way. Charges dismissed, y'all.
Congrats. Yeah, right. Keep up that
Hell
streak.
yeah.
I know you travel. I want to, go see him. I don't know, another month or so. I ain't got to wait that long. I want to go see dude. We might go chase the mayor, Tiffany Hendry, and all of that shit. Maybe we can time it around when you're in town and make sure that we all hang out.
I have plans on going back up to that area anyway, not necessarily for Tiffany Henyard, but I was contacted about other people in the area, neighboring cities or whatever, that need looked into, that are allegedly worse than Tiffany, just not as flashy. So
even better. Press Harder is out here, right?
Yeah,
I know you probably hung out with him.
No, I haven't hung out. I've been out on the road for 2.5 months already, bro.
Oh, okay. I know what it's like. I got to hang out with him.
Panel link is pinned in my chat.
Hey, Joe, you hung out with Press Harder?
Yeah, he's in Peoria. Hung out with him.
Did you happen to find broken trust in his beard? Because I heard that's where he's at now.
It was broken in his beard.
I heard he's hiding out in his beard. Is that I don't know.
I
Maybe
saw
that's
a
Oh
shoe
my
in there.
God.
It could have been.
it could be rumors, man. I don't know.
I gotta get a hold of Flex because that might be where Ming Ling is hiding.
Right,
Yes,
right.
absolutely,
We
absolutely.
solved the mystery, guys. You were brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm gonna shake Press down next time I see him.
yeah. Tell him Vic said to get broken system out of his beard, man. It'll do everybody a world of good.
That dude, me and Lone Wolf, what the fuck is his name? That Illinois Tyrant Patrol news. I don't even know. He been Lone Wolf long as I've been caught up.
He changes that shit like every other month.
Right, that dude.
He'll take away a word, and then next month he'll
Right.
add 2 more, and then,
Yes. It's
yeah,
just
that's
we try to
Illinois
confuse
Tyrant
us.
News and Accountability now.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. But,
He's a good dude, though.
He is, and he's serious, and you know, we like to work when we're out there. We're working hard and press harder. You know, he wants to philosophize because he know how much I love that. So, right, it was great, man. We had to shut him up a few times. Say, hey, man, focus and listen to the scanner. But the entire time he philosophized, which is my fucking dream. We found a bunch of cops willing to philosophize. What I got to see him do that shit. You know, I thought the poor cop was gonna. He was already bald. He couldn't pull his hair out. But it was great fucking with these guys.
Yeah, I had a great time hanging out with you up in your area too.
Yeah,
So
we killed it.
That was a good time.
Yeah, we killed it. So I saw Batman recently. Maybe she went live. I saw it somewhere.
Batman. When you gonna come down here where it's hot at, Joe, down here in Texas?
You know, I always got business in Texas. I almost came down there instead of coming here, but it was Mother's Day, so I came to Chicago. But yeah, it probably won't be long, man. You know, I can't stay away from all you cats, man. Texas got all my friends down there: Ninja, CFW, Harvey, Cody, fucking, and I'm sure I'm missing a bunch, man. Every time I go out there,
Aja, Toe.
No, I didn't even catch it. That fucking you're in Texas. I smoke too much weed. But yes, motherfucker, I know that. I'm always in Texas, bro. I'm fighting the case down there. I got 2 tickets and a drug paraphernalia. And that's what they do. They keep waiting for, they think I've come back to Chicago, and they keep calling me back. And then when I get there, they continue, and they keep, you know, they've been dragging me around and shit. They don't know I've been in Colorado. I'm 3 hours away. It's like driving to Denver. I go up in there, and, you know how far I had to travel, and, you know, throw a fit and all of that bullshit just for the show. But I've been back and forth to Texas a lot, bro.
Edwina, if you do, will you post? Please drop the mailing address. That would be great for JC News.
Where's your case out of Texas? Is it up there in Tarrant County?
Stratford. As soon as you cross in, 5 minutes, first town.
Where,
you
by
cross into.
Texarkana?
You know,
right off of 35. Right off of 35.
Thank you, because I don't know. I just do what Google tells me to do.
Hey, Joe, you should come out and visit me in California, man.
Yeah, California is expensive. I've been wanting to get back out
there. You should come out and visit, man. Hey, I live in an all-white neighborhood, man. You'll fit right in.
Everybody I know live in an all-white neighborhood.
Whereabouts are you at in California?
Brothers, I'm going to visit, bro.
I'm in Central California. I'm about an hour and a half from San Jose.
Okay, because I'm on my way to Vernon, California right now with a load of frozen pork.
California is fucking big, right?
I'm always out in California.
All right on, man. Yeah, it's big. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, where I am, it's you know, it's all white, man. It's all white here.
Everybody I fucking know though, right? Because you know, I have Nick and Solo and the 3 black people that audit, but everybody I know been in all white neighborhoods, and they've been all great. I ain't had a bad time yet, man.
A couple weeks ago, we had a black guy come. Yeah, we had a black guy come to the neighborhood a couple of weeks ago, man. We're okay now. We're okay.
Yeah, you really white.
We're all right
now.
You're
really white. You American Amy, if you know her. She's in a really gorgeous neighborhood. It's got nothing to do with nothing, but she's got like the greatest. This shit's like tropical. where she's in Florida. Shit's like lizards running around and all this heavy tropic shit that I thought she's got a really lovely neighborhood.
Joe likes to keep them token white boys around.
You got to keep white boys around.
Exactly.
Some
of our privilege rubs off on him, and that's why he's still here, man.
Right.
Oh Jesus!
So hang on a second. Let's get hey, check this out. Let's get some people that popped in like Caucasian Sasquatch. I don't even know if you guys know, but Sasquatch is in
no,
here.
I don't know.
What's
Who's
up, Sasquatch? What you got to say,
I don't
brother?
know. They're so cool. What you
Yeah,
talking
I
about,
don't
bro?
know that guy.
Oh
Sasquatch.
damn it, Bobby! I don't want to talk to Alec Jones today.
Alex Jones.
me and Midwest got drunk one night, and I started up on
my
Jones
God,
impression, and he went in on some, and me, Alex Jones,
crazy.
Alex Jones and Hank Hill had a fucking argument from hell
Alex
about
Jones
gay frogs.
and
Gay frogs was the topic that night.
and how much the propane affected the gay frogs.
Damn it, Bobby! I'll tell you what, those gay frogs take more propane to cook.
And I got that comment that's pinned up there on the screen. Everybody, that's JC News's mailing address. So if anybody wants to send JC News a letter, that's how you get a hold of them. I suggest
That's how you send him contraband.
Yeah,
Wait, no, the thing.
But if you can send JC a letter, man, and just say hi. If nothing else, just be like, hey, this is such and such. What's up, buddy?
How did JC get popped, yo? I don't, so many niggas get popped lately. How did JC get popped? I don't remember.
I'm gonna drop down, guys. I just came up to.
All right, thanks for hopping up.
To show my love to Joe Cool, of course. Jato for life, man. Hope everything's good with the family, man. We go back, and it's good seeing you guys still doing your thing. And
let me get that money straight to you, bro. Let me get that
peace
money.
and love. Yeah, I appreciate that, Joe. Peace and love, guys. Always.
All right, Vic, man. See you, bro. So it's a felony harassment, is what I'm thinking it is.
It was okay. It was a chick who was behind chick behind the counter or something. I don't know.
No, it's because I think it's a second charge, and it was enhanced, wasn't it? Because it was the second time,
something like that. Yeah,
it's hard.
Man, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know exactly because so many people get charged with shit, dude. I can't.
That's how I feel right now. It's so hard to keep up lately.
I just had to mute and ask AJ what it was. Like I was like, what was the charges on JC?
What was that again? Fuck it up.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful if you find some real corruption in your area or wherever you're auditing, cop watching, because they will come after you for sure.
And that's a good evidence that they're coming after you when they're enhancing charges and giving you the heavy. Hold on, I got to
they say you don't catch the target.
Wait a second. Somebody, what the fuck?
What's up, Bokomo?
Bokomo. I think the enhanced charges come in when it's a repeat offense. It's like a habitual violator type situation. Like if you get caught driving without a license several times, well, they're going to enhance the charges on you because you keep doing it.
But normally they save that for severe shit when they start doing it to people for nonsense. It's targeting. It's a good sign that they're targeting if you really did do that shit. Somebody, does he not know this is a one-way street and came up, got out the car and parked? Yeah, this is a one-way fucking street. Oh man, don't know. Recognize apparently.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go be nosy.
It's a retaliatory charge because of a lawsuit, I guess.
Well, for him, it's because of what he found out down there. All the shit he's coming across, the porn that they're watching, and all that shit. So,
right.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna have to check this stuff. I need links
to the porn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm too busy signing up to get my auditor license. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh yeah, because you got to have an auditor license from the state, or you're not an auditor.
You got to be state sanctioned to be an auditor now, guys. That comes from way of someone up in the Northeast.
And is that the same way they do news anchors, right? Once you get an actual anchor job, the state sends you your news ID.
Yeah, I don't work for a corporate sponsor, so I don't need that bullshit.
We're being sarcastic. That was a clip. That was a clip of something someone said, and it was one of the dumbest things I've heard in a long time.
That's the top right now. That took the #1 spot.
Which, man, I mean, it's one of those things, man. Look, I hate to say it like this, but it's one of them things that he's probably kicking himself in his ass right now that he even said that. He's probably like, man, that fucking bites. But, I mean, it came out.
No, he ain't. Bro. No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
You don't think so?
No, he's too stupid to care.
I'll give him a little credit, man. I'm not gonna bash.
I'm not giving him any credit. I've seen hours and hours of these stupid fucking comments, and no, he's a habitual violator when it comes to stupid shit.
Hey,
I'm sorry, I said what I said.
So am I.
This is a free speech.
Yeah, but you're at least funny about it.
Yeah, that might be different.
Yeah, that is. I've watched this dude attack good people and say the dumbest shit about good people, and I just my fucks are gone about it, Toe. I'm sorry, but not sorry.
I told you, free speech panel, man. I don't give a shit what you say, man.
I know. I'm just saying.
Just remember, everybody, what people on this panel have to say doesn't reflect the owner of Toe for Life Chronicles.
I got the okay to have a drama night.
Right.
And I like who I want. I like who I want. I watch who I want. I unsubscribe from who I want. I subscribe to who I want. And if you don't like it and you see me in the chat and you don't like that I'm in that person's chat and it butt hurts you that much, then you can unsubscribe to me too.
Or say something. Pull up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? I just need some Crown Royal. I just need some Crown Royal and some buglers. I'm going to post my Cash App in chat, guys, so you know what's up.
Man, y'all made Joe Cool leave already? What the hell?
Yeah. We ousted Joe Cool. We was like, you got to go, bro.
Oh,
so, Doc.
Man. Yeah, what's up, Doc? You muted over there.
Doc, what's up, bro?
Quit playing that poker.
Yeah, I think he is playing poker. I got a damn.
Yes.
I got.
I got knocked out. Girl with the camera killed it.
Girl with a poker hand.
Yeah. Hello, Angela G.
Girl with 2 hands.
Doc's over there playing pool in the pocket.
Yeah. So Doc.
Actually, I just started restreaming your stuff too. I was watching Predator Poacher. Brunswick, Ohio PD just fucking walked away from an easy arrest.
Oh, geez. So be expecting me sometime next 30, 45 days. Just saying.
For sure.
I'm going to try and get up that way too. I don't know when, but.
When I go, I'm going to try to have like an audit palooza going on, y'all.
Shit, do that shit. I'll tell you, Missouri would be the best place for that. Centrally located, and there's a
I think
shit storm going on.
Wouldn't Kentucky or Tennessee like be more centralized?
No, because in Missouri you could get fucking both coasts coming. It'd be right in the middle of both. I mean, they only call it the Midwest.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, it's Midwest though. It's just not mid. What's up, Brandon Mitchell?
Brandon Mitchell, what's up, buddy?
So yeah, man, I was doing a lot of my own ranting there. Geez, when I got home, dude, and I watched those videos, dude, I was just like, oh yeah, we gotta go live. Yeah, we gotta go live for that, for sure.
You know, if it's done within, next few months here, and it is in Missouri, it could possibly be a way to protest what they're doing to JC too.
Yeah, man, I'm having a hard enough time getting to Ohio, man, to see family, let alone go to Missouri just for like an audit thing. I was just trying to be funny. I was just trying to be funny because there's supposed to be. You didn't hear about the audit palooza, man, going on?
Yeah, I actually considered going to it.
Me too. Sorry.
Like someone dropped my Cash App, man, and if I can get $150, you know, I'll go down there with a bottle of Crown Royal and some buglers, man, and we'll see what's up. We'll put the story out there, you know, what's up, peoples.
Stop it.
No, I can't.
Oh, it
Fuck
is
that,
so
dude.
great, dude. It's so great. I tried to do it. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't.
Oh my. So what else is going on? There was something else, man, that I wanted to rant about, but the Hennessy thing kind of overpowered what else I wanted to rant about. There was something else I seen that I wanted to rant.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either. Fuck, I don't care.
Obviously, it wasn't.
No. It was. No, never mind.
Wait, what? What?
I know what it was. I know
what was it?
Come
what
on,
I told you
let's
I
air it out.
What I told you I popped into last night, and then I had to get out of there because of rain and it was storming, and I wanted to shut my computer down. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't remember.
About the one person pinning my comment, but the other person on panel just like.
Oh, you talking about DMA? Oh, sorry. I know you don't like that. My bad.
Look, man, I don't care. DMA avoids me. I have no idea why. Just one day he just spurred out on me because of fucking
reasons.
Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, dude. He spurred out on me because Johnny Bravo was in my chat, spurging on him. And so he spurred down on me, didn't want to be my friend no more. And like up until this point, like me and DMA talked every couple days. We was doing live streams together. Every time I would go live, I'd call him and be like, hey, bro, I'm going live. Let's do this. And he's like, all right, let's go. And then he'd jump up on panel and da-da-da-da-da. Like we were getting it, right? We were like besties. And then he just spurred out on me. And then he became besties. Then he became besties with AFA, and they was like besties, and they was doing everything together. And they went and seen Nanner and Josh get married, and da-da-da-da-da. And then he spurred out on Josh and Anna. So now he's best friends with Direct D. So like him and Direct D are like besties, and they're gonna be doing all this stuff together and da-da-da-da-da until he spurred out again. And then he moves on to being someone else's bestie. I don't know. Like this is and I'm saying what I've seen. Like DMA has been friends with every auditor / cop watcher / homeless advocate in the Denver, Colorado area. But now he don't talk to none of them.
I got to see something, ATL.
But it's all their fault, right? Yeah, ATL, you got to show yourself. You know that, bro.
Show me.
I was told a certain someone tried prank calling me tonight.
Who's that?
Someone from the Denver metro area.
Who could have been?
Oh, they did their prank show.
Who
tonight?
did?
DMA.
DMA and who? DMA and AFA?
No, DMA and I forget the other person. But
Direct
no, they
D?
did. It wasn't Directy. It was
Jim
somebody I
Freedom?
don't even know. What?
Jim Freedom or whatever?
I don't know.
I don't know, but someone come into my chat right after I had a missed call, and they was like, such and such just tried prank calling you. It was Lenny come in and told me that.
Yeah, it was DMA.
Yeah.
And his partner.
So would it be wrong of me, since that happened, to put out the number that I missed the call from?
No doxing in my chats. No.
That ain't doxing. That's public information. When you call a cop watcher,
It's caller ID. I mean, he's just saying.
It doesn't say a name. It just says potential spam.
But it gave you a number?
Yeah, I got a number for sure.
Oh, I'm just okay.
Hey, Google called your ass, dude. This is gonna go to a Google number one.
Did you call it back?
I
Call
have
it back.
not.
Call it back right now.
I can't because I'm on. I got my headset on.
Oh, dang.
You know what? I could on my
Wait,
other
what?
phone here.
Yeah.
Call it back.
Hey, why don't you guys do it? I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the back chat.
Okay.
Why do you? So Pink Taco said he got hit in DMAs for saying 415. What does 415 mean? Are you giving him the time or what? Effing reality. L. Crofty says effing reality was what DMA. I don't even know who effing reality is.
Yes, I think so. What's up, ATL?
Hold on.
Do I look healthy? Am I looking healthy?
Not much.
today?
Oh, you want me to say something?
Yeah.
All right.
How healthy am I looking today?
Well, you were looking healthy yesterday, or the day before, was it?
It was
yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Okay.
So I was giving you a lot of shit, so I had to say something nice.
Okay.
Equal it all out, you know?
There you go.
Are you going to call it, or what are you going to do, Midwest?
I put it in the back chat.
Yeah, I don't know how to call it through like Google Voice and replay it on the stream. I don't know how to do that, unfortunately.
Neither one of you know how to do that? Just put your phone on speakerphone and call it.
If I call him from my phone, he's going to know my number. He knows my number.
He knows my number too. He called it.
What's going on with this Paul guy? He got himself out of jail?
Hang on, I guess she's going to call it. Block my number. Well, no, I don't give a shit. Call for my number. Yeah. Oh,
but he ain't gonna answer because it's your number.
yeah, he won't answer my number. We just went over this. What'd you say, ATL? I'm sorry.
What up, Frank Perez?
There was I'm not sure if he's an author or just a BS artist, Paul Unsolved or something like that.
Paul Unslaved.
You mean
Unslaved.
That's Paul. That's Paul Unslaved, man. Paul is in his own world, man.
Oh, baby, I could go over the lore of Paul Enslaved with you if you'd like. We can have a nice long conversation about the delusions that are perpetrated by that man's mind.
That's a special talent he has to talk like that.
Damn it, Bobby, are we calling this number or are we just going to talk about it?
Yeah, hang on. I'm muting it for a second. She's calling it. Hang on.
I know. Just fucked around. Throwing out.
Who's the number 4?
Throwing out my special talent, damn it. Quit shitting on my parade, damn it.
Here we go. She's calling it. Shh, everybody mute up.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. Please leave a message after the tone.
Ignored.
Curses foiled again by modern technology.
Who was that for? What number was that?
It was a number that tried to call and prank MWA today.
All right.
That's funny.
I was gonna tell him send Peggy back. I need some home cooking.
So was it so he has control of that prank channel? Is that what it is? Or they are doing it on like his main channel or what?
I don't know. That's the first I've heard of it.
He spurred out on me, I unsubscribed. So like I told you guys, I just unsubscribe from people. If I got a problem with you, I'm not gonna talk shit about it. I'm just gonna unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck.
Brandon says he's watching them live. Brandon, you got a wrench? Throw the link in.
He's watching them live.
That's what he said. Yeah.
Did I restream him? He'll strike me. It'll strike me if I restream him.
Well, if he does, then we know it. Well, yeah, whatever.
I mean, I don't care if he strikes me as long as he don't strike Ajot. I don't care. He can strike me all he wants. Like I don't give it. Like, how long did it take to grow out your beard, Doc?
It's been trimmed a few times, but I started growing it during COVID. So 2020.
Same.
What's up, Chris? Welcome in.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Safety,
bail out
what's up, brother?
guys.
And my baby boy. Love that man.
You out, Doc?
I gotta be up in the morning, so I'm gonna bounce.
Yeah, so do I. I got to be up at 5 o'clock, 4:30.
All right.
I'm gonna stick around
So
for a little bit.
all you guys are bouncing on me? Everybody's bouncing?
I'm gonna stick around a little bit. I said.
No, man.
Calm your tits.
Okay, dude. I was just, you were waving like you was bouncing, man.
Who's been hot in the auditor corner?
Did I want to restream? I guess I was. What's that, ATL?
Who's been hot in the auditor corner lately?
Hot as in? What do you mean?
Yeah, who has the fire going?
I'm a sexy bitch. I don't know what anybody else is talking about, but Hank Hill's just a sexy motherfucker.
It's dark in here, man. What can I tell you? It's dark in here.
Have you made any good videos, Joe?
Yeah, so that's been a really good one now. But
you want me to tell you who I believe is really hot right now out in the auditing community right now? ATL, J-Town Press and Georgia Transparency.
Yeah.
J-Town Press and Georgia Transparency. They're making good videos and they're making videos every day.
Audit Them was on a little streak for a while too.
I went down to see him like 3 times. He stood me up every single time.
Audit Them?
Georgia.
Oh, Georgia Transparency.
Georgia Transparency?
Yeah, 3 times. I drove like 2 hours to go down and see him.
Yeah.
Never showed up, like 3 times in a row.
That speaks volumes, man. I don't know. That says a lot. What the fuck? 3 times?
Yeah. Well, I knew he gets sick sometimes.
Yeah.
So I figured, you know what, one I could deal with. Second one, I was like, let me give it a shot. And then the third was like, I'm gonna give him one more shot, and that was it.
And all of these times after agreeing to it, he got sick. Not that you just happened to pop up on him and he couldn't do it. You're talking about
no, he has some frontline military service, and he could go south real quick. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but
little PTSD, you saying?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, some guys could go south real quick, and you can't really fuck with it. It's not.
Yeah. Big John D, let me see you, baby. Oh, you gotta give me some light. All I see is dark. Come on, John.
Everybody in the dark tonight.
Tell him to smile bigger.
Right.
A guy that pasty white should be able to be seen in any lighting conditions.
John.
Yeah. Hey, John, if he pops back in, throw a banner up, bring him up, and let him talk. I don't know, because he's having trouble with his device. It looks like. What's up, KY Reacts? I seen you in here earlier.
Hey, Joe, when you gonna come to Georgia so we can smoke some crack together?
God, dude.
Are you serious?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got the tanks that you need to heat up that big spoon.
I bet you do.
I got all the propane and
At
propane
the
accessories.
propane dealership.
Propane and propane accessorize.
You know, old Bobby ain't been the same since I caught him in the tool shed whacking it with them boys.
I got a whole pint over here. Don't get me started.
It's already too late. You're already started there, big guy.
Yeah, you're right. You're pretty sexy. You got me crunk up. Let's go.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, you got man. Me and Midwest. We've had a match going for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I first met you. You reached out to me and wanted to do a panel about the trucking world. And I had to do it while I was driving. That was interesting.
Wasn't that neat?
It was fun. I had a good time. I was worried about it at first, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Caucasian Sasquatch does sound like a troll account. You're correct.
No, well, it wasn't just sounding like it. People were saying it.
Hey.
And they were right.
Hey, if we're gonna be honest, I might as well be honest, right?
You want me to tell you how I got on the Caucasian Sasquatch show? I got a phone call that said, "Hey, Caucasian Sasquatch needs someone to fill in a spot to be on his channel because someone fell through." And
I think it was Georgia Transparency that fell through. I'm almost
probably.
That's funny, bro.
What the hell is that? So basically, you were a backup, is what you were saying.
Well, and it wasn't even Caucasian asking me; it was someone else.
Yeah, Georgia 0 for 4. Huh?
Because I set that up for you, Caucasian.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that was the same.
That's
that was the same. I'm almost. I wasn't gonna say nothing about it until Toe brought it up. Let it go.
Right? Wow. See, Oklahoma knows what's up. Yeah, Caucasian didn't know back then, but I don't have a whole lot of subs, but I am a big name out here. You heard?
Do you know who I am?
I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Toe's biggest accomplishment was landing a job.
And he needed my help for that.
Did you say biggest accomplishment, or did you say the worst thing I did? I didn't hear that, Joe. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's probably a moment she'd like to forget, but you know,
those are not mutually exclusive statements, though. They can both be true.
Oh God.
That's funny.
It's okay, Midwest. You can call me Sasquatch.
I didn't recognize you without your sandals on.
Right? Scoutmaster Peters?
I'm a great backup dancer.
What? Damn it, Bobby, get back over here. I don't trust that man.
My girl has texted me good night 6 times.
Where's she at? She ain't over here popping around in the chats. Usually when you're on panel, she pops around in the chats.
No, she visiting. I'm visiting my mom. My old man passed, and she visiting her mom and dad.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Joe.
Yeah, well, he died a year and a half ago of that, but she's going to be in Ohio for a few weeks, and I'm going to be in Chicago a few months.
Do you always intake?
What's up, big boss man? Welcome in.
Hey,
Go for life. Little channel, big belly, and big name.
That's good, John.
What's up, Big Joe? How you doing?
What up, John?
Feeling good.
Hey, what's going on, Midwest? How you been?
I'm good, brother.
Johnny
How
boy.
Hey, what's going on?
It's cold as fuck. Is what's going on.
Cold?
It's hot as fuck.
Yeah, where is it at?
In Chicago, it's like October. I feel like October here is so fucking cold.
I want some of that.
Where's Siri at? Hey, Siri. That dog had too many phones.
it's like 62 here.
Joe, they didn't tell you when you bought that iPhone. Siri don't talk to black guys.
Hey, Siri.
Not unless you get your bona fide white privilege card. You can't have no Siri.
Don't look like she want to respond. Hey Siri.
Ain't gonna talk to you. She don't love you no more.
That's Alexa, dude. It ain't Siri. What are you talking about?
Damn it.
Well, I mean, it's 10 o'clock here in Texas, and it's 79 degrees. So.
Does the Obama phones have a voice simulator?
This motherfucker still think I'm in Denver. It's 69 degrees.
Sounds like that motherfucker needs updated.
Yeah, I use it in a
And
year.
you do a
right?
restart every week or
so. Been gone about a year.
Good night, Edwina.
Hey, Mitty, that's funny that you said that
Night,
about
Edwina.
the Obama phone. First time I ever got Joe Cool up on a panel, right, was years ago back in when I think it had to been, it was either the Road in Tow or it was with WCN. And I was fucking with, no, it was hippies. I was on hippies. And he came up on a panel. That's right. And I was fucking with him about his Obama phone because he kept on. He was like, "Oh, my phone's messing up, da 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 da." And I was like, "Well, if you give Obama back his phone and buy a real phone, you'll be all right, Joe."
Yeah.
58 degrees here in Laramie, Wyoming.
All right, I need to stop depending on Siri. I'll Google it.
Joe, you and I
Siri has let you down.
Joe, you and I have a friend in common. The gentleman that you've been talking about that you went in for that court case. There's actually more to that story too, that Joe was talking about with that veteran that went into court over the right to travel. And it's funny because the original hearing that he showed up for, which he was attacked by the sheriff's department, that entire hearing, right, was supposed to be transcribed. The hearing doesn't exist according to the court.
Are you talking about the one out in Colorado? That court case?
Yeah. That first hearing where he appeared to show up for the ticket, that entire part of the transcript, that entire part of the court record is gone. They're saying that it doesn't exist.
I'm working on that video too. I don't know if you know this, but we went up there and you could film there before we went up there.
No, I remember.
Okay, they changed the policy. All right. We fucked it up and made it worse. I'm working on that video too. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I took a look at that thing that they had posted because I think it was a 9501.
Yeah.
And I actually contacted the Supreme Court of Colorado about that.
Yeah.
And I was asking questions, and they didn't like the questions I was asking. And essentially, they shut me down.
I looked it up myself, and actually, I do a lot of these. I don't want to confuse it because we also hitting the sheriff's stations in that town. I think the law that they're referring to, it says that you can't interfere with shit, and it has a list of the things that they call interference. Recording is not one of them. So I think they're using a bogus law. I'm almost sure of it. I got the paper with the actual law, and I got it all. It's just not coming to my memory right now. But I do believe that that's what they did. The law, the statute that they put on that no filming order is it's a non-interference. The reason I'm having trouble talking is because I'm thinking of another shit. We went to the sheriff's station. You're probably familiar with that, and something very similar happened. But I think it's saying the non-interference law, you can't interfere and so. And it tells you all the things, all right, what you'd expect, disrupting, causing a ruckus and all of that. Filming is not on there at all. And it should not be because it's constitutional. So I'm going back to challenge that, of course.
Yeah. I went through it. The only thing that I could find that they might be able to use is they allow the chief judge or the chief judge of each court the ability to control what happens inside the court. But it refers specifically to the employees. So it's like a catch-22 because they made it vague in the 9501. And that was actually the order that they put down there was from the Supreme Court of Colorado. And that's what they were trying to use.
I got to look into that one, but it looks, I did look into it, but maybe not the one you're talking about. And it looks like judges have discretion even over the entire building if they so like.
Right.
And that would be the Supreme Court. The court is setting that precedence, right? They don't allow cameras. I think that once there's been cameras in the Supreme Court, they hide shit. So of course the other courts are going to follow suit. Think they can get away with it. And the Supreme Court, you can't take to the
Twice.
Supreme Court because they're going to have to ride with the no filming order.
Joe Cool. It's happened twice in the Supreme Court.
Oh, the cameras, okay. Well, one of them was I was about to say one of them was a hidden camera. I think one of them might have been a hidden camera.
Well, I know the Supreme Court of Massachusetts. They actually run. They actually have their own YouTube channel out here.
Yeah,
and then,
that's how you get out, right?
Yeah, and then the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, they run their YouTube channel, so I catch the stuff that they got going
That's
on
heavy.
there. You really catch up. You catch some really weird cases. I mean, some of the cases that are coming through the Ninth Circuit right now are dealing with like DCF cases, and it's disturbing what you're hearing, and it's disturbing the arguments that the lawyers are making, especially in favor of DCF when DCF is breaking the law, clearly breaking the law. I mean, I'm talking Fourth Amendment seizures of children.
Yeah. I was talking about today. We were talking about who was that? I was watching Susan Bassett. I hope you saw it.
Yes, I was there.
Good. Where this guy and him and his family, him and his wife, they get into it. They end up taking the kids from them and making them sign something saying he was willing to do some shit. John, maybe you can tell a story better than me. But in the end, the guy loses all his jobs, spent all his money, fought this shit for years. And his daughter wanted to be a trans so-and-so. And he had to sign a piece of paper saying, I will use her proper pronouns and all of that bullshit. He did it because he was so desperate to see his kid. Still didn't let him. He went, got a pistol, and walked into one of those offices, and now he's in jail. They took a sane guy, and through the process of, he had his own business and everything. They broke him financially and mentally.
And the worst part about the story too is the fact that a judge ordered him. It wasn't that he signed off. The judge ordered him in order to see his kid, and he had to call her a him, and by whatever name that child wanted, and the judge ordered it. He actually put it in a court order. That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, if I'd have been able to choose what I was when I was 12, I'd be a velociraptor to this day.
I'd probably be a mech or something, you know.
I'd be He-Man. I'm just saying.
Right? Until we meet again.
I would try and find out white privilege I'm supposed to have.
You got the right guy on panel for that. Do you not know what you stepped into?
Don't get Joe started.
I'm telling you,
don't get Joe started. Joe
shit.
believes in that white privilege, man.
All right, we're gonna go there.
Joe's having a good.
But we're not gonna go. We're not gonna go there here because I don't want to even hear all that shit. Because
I like the philosophizing. Here, let me get a short version of it. Of course, there's white privilege. The same there's black privilege. Black guy comes to my neighborhood next to Sasquatch, and they look identical. We pick the black guy first. We charge Sasquatch more for drugs. Black guy gets, that is his black privilege. Of course, everyone will have a privilege. You go into a fucking Oriental neighborhood, they're gonna assume that this guy, that's privilege. Everyone has it. It's not something specific to you, cats. You shouldn't get bent out of shape about it. It's a real thing.
I just think people need to stop putting a color in front of everything. That's what I think. There isn't. It's just privilege in general. Is my point.
Ooh, I think a Chinese guy is going to get more Chinese wontons in the soup than a white guy who goes into a
Hey, let me tell you.
As long as there is no cat in stew, I don't care.
Let me tell you, if you watch Joe Cool enough on YouTube, going to all the panels that he goes to, Joe drops his black card, he drops his white card, he drops his Asian card, he drops his Latino card.
Joe got all the cars, baby.
Listen, in this
you know, when I was up there with Joe Cool, there was probably some areas that I wouldn't otherwise have been allowed. I'm just saying.
Yes, we probably avoided those. But
I wouldn't have avoided them, but you know, I probably wouldn't have been liked too much.
It's like, look at that white boy. Oh, look, he with that black dude. He cool.
Yeah, around
That's
here,
exactly
like,
how
Joe,
it was.
You hang out with more white people or Hispanic than you do brothers. That's how many fucking white people and all the cop watchers that been here and shit. You know, they think all my friends are white, Hispanic. Fucking everybody but up here, right, Chuck, John?
Is that your way of saying you're better than other black people?
Yes, there is my privilege.
Hey, at least he honest about it.
That's right. I know
there,
people.
Hey, but if Joe was down visiting with ITN, he knows the areas that we go and film in, and they're not the best of areas.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
And he knows them very well, and he felt a lot more comfortable with me there. He's like, for some of these places I don't really like to frequent, Joe, but fuck it, let's do it. Those have been the blacker parts of the shit that.
But you know what? More and more people in the hood areas, the ghetto areas, whatever you want to call them, regardless of the color of the people in them, the people in those areas are realizing that we're not there to film them. We're there for their protection, and they're warming up to it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, generally speaking, here it's still fucked up. Police had to save my ass a couple of nights ago. I was filming some guy mom, and they was out there beating up their mom's boyfriend. It was a bunch of mess, and the kids was like, "Do you feel my mom?" and all of that bullshit. The threat is the people. It's certainly out here. Is the people, probably everywhere. The people are a bigger threat to than the cops. To me, I don't even worry about the cops.
So I got a total question real quick. ATL, you're jumping out. Real quick before you jump out, ATL. What do you consider yourself? Are you a cop watcher? Are you an auditor? Are you an activist? What are you?
I'm a parent trying to get justice for my son.
Yep.
10-4.
Activist.
Mitty, what are you?
What am I?
Yeah, you a cop watcher? You an auditor? What?
Well, I've done both. I just consider myself someone who's trying to hold these motherfuckers accountable. Transparency and accountability specialist. How about that?
Okay.
Hey, Jot, you're next.
An activist.
Activist.
Joe Cool.
I am. I of course I'm an activist and an auditor, but primarily cop watching. That's my go-to when I.
You can't be an auditor, dude. You don't have state licensing. I'm just gonna go there.
I've audited more than probably all you guys on the panel, bro.
Hey, that's what someone in our so-called community is telling people now.
Yeah, they're
that
saying
you have to you have to be licensed through the state in which you reside to be able to call yourself an auditor.
Well,
otherwise, you're just free press.
You must have misspoke. You didn't say someone in our community, because no one is that fucking blind that I even know.
Hey,
we got the video to prove it.
Can you send me the clip? Because I thought I had it and I don't.
All right, let me hold on.
Yeah, Joe, you got to hear this shit, dude. This is gonna make
dude,
you
I
laugh.
am dead serious, bro.
It's gonna make you cry laughing.
I'm still
John
having trouble believing it, to be honest.
What do you consider yourself?
I'm a man that's disgruntled with the way things are going in this country.
Pissed off American.
And Caucasian Sasquatch, the last one.
I'm obnoxious.
Troll. I was thinking troll.
that you are.
No, seriously. Much
right,
what John Nicola said.
Can I put it in you want me to put it in the chat? That's the only way I can do it. Hey, John.
Private chat.
Sorry. Yeah.
Private
it's
chat.
in the chat. No, I can't.
You can't
No, it's fine. I'll get it. No,
so I consider
grab it
myself,
and I'll delete it.
Hold on.
Sasquatch
Sasquatch was still answering.
Okay. Go ahead, Sasquatch.
I'm a person that's very unhappy with the way I think we're being metered by both the government, local and state.
Yeah.
Everybody that considers themselves government has suddenly, in the past generation or two, decided that they are actually the overseers of this nation instead of the facilitators.
Servants.
They're the rulers as opposed to the servants,
They are
I think is
rulers
what you're
as
saying.
opposed to servants, and this is
they are
backwards. This is upside down.
Yeah, they
Completely
they
bass
think
backwards for sure.
they think that they have become the overlords and that they rule over us, and that's not what it's supposed to
They're
be.
supposed to be the underlords.
Yes.
They're supposed to be the subservient servants,
That's right.
submissive to us and our will.
All right, Toe, was you want to give yours?
Did you get it, AJ?
Duke, why don't you pin that link?
I did put it in the chat.
Well, no, Duke City said he dropped a video in our honor just now, so I told him to go ahead and put the link in. We'll play it if he dropped a video about us.
You did grab the link, AJ?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, I won't put it back in then. All right, Joe, check this shit out. Seriously, this is someone this is someone in the community.
All right.
Hold on.
I was gonna send you a vid, Toe, but I'm too lazy.
I have a sad state of affairs. It's my wife's birthday tomorrow, but she's 2.5 hours away at her mama's house.
Nigga, that's nothing.
No, that's nothing for you. I have a very large dog. My large dog does not like riding, and it becomes more and more stressful as the day goes on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Everybody, mute up. Check this out. Here you go, Joe.
Okay.
Myself, I've audited my whole life. I just haven't put it on YouTube. I didn't know anything about it then.
A lot of people like to call themselves auditors, but it's actually free press, you know. I mean, if you're licensed, I would say that you're an auditor, but if you're not licensed, I would say it's free press. But I think it's a better word anyway, wording. You might be checking you might be checking out the government, but if you're not state approved, you're really not an auditor. We're just checking the government, making sure they're doing what they're doing. That's it.
That's in his words,
auditor
man.
Myself, I've audited my whole life. I just haven't put it on YouTube. I didn't know anything about it then.
A lot of people like to call themselves.
He's audited his whole life and then turned around and said, you can't call yourself an auditor unless you're fucking state approved.
AJOT's the reason I don't have my state approved auditor's license. She did not properly. She's supposed to be my binky and assistant. She has not properly filled out the papers for me. I blame her.
I see his line of reasoning, though. I think it's flawed.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, don't blame me. It's not my fault. It
flawed?
doesn't exist.
So, Joe, what do you think of that?
I think that he thought he was, doing something good, trying to tell everyone that you all have the right to do this. And if you call yourself an auditor, you're limiting yourself. He should have left it there. That's the thought he was trying to encompass. Him adding that actually an auditor must be run through the government shit. That was his error. But I do understand what he was trying to say. Free press, anyone can do this. And then adding on that auditors. No, I could audit the fucking gas station. I can audit whatever.
I challenge the concept of free press being different from auditing. It's essentially the same thing. It's just what you specify on determines what type of story it is.
Auditing is a subsection of free press. It's a subsection.
Is auditing what we call auditing, though? Because I think, the guy that's doing this shit before YouTube even started was auditing. So I don't want us to limit the definition of auditing to, or unless we are, let me know.
Do you remember the silent cameraman?
The silent
One
cameraman?
of the very first cop watchers on YouTube back in the day.
Oh, God, no.
He filmed some dude getting shot live and got nuked from orbit. But I can't remember if he ever started another channel. I certainly hope he did. But he had some of the very first, cop video and people going out and not following cops around, but if a cop showed up anywhere with an eyesight, he busted his big camera out and got it in 4K and never said a word.
Show me some skin, Chris.
That's what she said.
Listen,
All right.
man, I don't call myself an auditor. I don't call myself a cop watcher, and I don't call myself activist. I call myself a freelance cameraman. That's what I
I got
am.
$1 that says Chris to come in here
Independent
with
journalist.
a helicopter
I'm not a
around.
journalist, dude. I'm a freelance cameraman. I just film whatever. I don't give a shit if there's a story or not. I'm a freelance cameraman.
like
I'm just gonna say we're gonna put your story out there, man. You know what's up,
man. I take pictures and video and I put it on my channel. It could be a deer, could be of a tow truck, could be of a cop. Who knows?
That's a
Whatever it may
journalist,
be.
bro. That's a journalist.
Yes,
it is.
Freelance cameraman.
You're putting out
How are
content
you
that
gonna
you
tell me
think.
what I am, dude? I'm a
Wait,
freelance
listen to what he
cameraman.
said. So
That's
listen to his first. Listen to his
Go
argument.
ahead. I got you. Go ahead, Midwest. Let me hear it.
I'm just saying, if you're putting out information that you think is relevant, you're putting it out on your channel. It's relevant enough for you to put it out on your channel. That makes you a journalist. It may not be your atypical.
I disagree. I agree with Toe. I disagree. If I take a picture of my cat and put it on YouTube, the journalist's definition, if you get information with intent to disseminate it
on
to
a public sidewalk, it is.
If you do what? Put the cat on the public sidewalk?
If you're filming your cat in your home, that's private photography. But if you film your cat on a public sidewalk, it's suddenly journalism.
I pet my pussy on the sidewalk all the time. I'm just saying.
I think
Is
that
that
makes
why
you
there's
an
always
auditor.
a snail trail?
Yeah, and if you harass,
No, they call that public indecency.
you can't be filming pussy on the sidewalk. You can't do it. It's illegal.
All right, here you go. We're gonna hold up, everybody. This is from Duke, so we're gonna play it real quick.
All right. She already looks snotty.
Because they be downloading my stuff so they can hear it and talk crap about it, but it benefits me. And I want to thank my haters too, because they be downloading my stuff so they can hear it and talk crap about it, but it benefits me.
That's fucking great.
I'm glad people are running around thinking that they can call themselves auditors, because that is a huge extension of the government that needs to be surveyed and watched and checked and balanced. Is looking into the records. You know, it's not all about pressing. It's also about looking to see that they're conducting properly. And to me, that's the definition of an audit or auditor, would be that someone that's looking into the records. And I'll give you a
very good point. Hold on, let me go with you there. Public safety. If the government has fallen woefully short in their auditing abilities, and we decide it's our job to pick up the tool. If we get a license, as I think that was Northwoods suggests, then we become a government agent, and we've failed. So by definition, an auditor must live outside of the realm of the license.
Yeah, I mean, in order to be, a free citizen that's doing the check and balance portion, that's our job as Americans. We're supposed to watch our government, to keep an eye on what they're doing, and that's the reason for public information. That's the reason for FOIA.
And even smack them around when they get out of line. That's our duty as well.
Well, let me give you all an example. The sheriff that we've got busted for the 25 felonies right now, he was banging the auditor of Clark County and making a child with the county, not commissioner, but he made a baby with the Clark County councilwoman and was banging the Clark County auditor while he was the sheriff, and paying.
I gotta fuck a cop to be an auditor too, and get a license.
And
Let's just
listen,
get along.
You're gonna love it, Joe. He was paying for his child support for his other child by using the Clark County taxpayers' money to pay the child support.
Oh, this nigga gangster, yo. He's gangster, bro. That's gangs. That's Tiffany Henyard shit there, bro.
But look, here's the point. Can you trust the state the state chosen auditor, the government version of auditor?
Exactly. And
Obviously
if you
not.
can't, does that mean you can no longer audit if you don't trust the states? Auditing is just dead. If if you can only work
No,
for the state.
State sanctioned.
Yes.
Auditing is. Because
Exactly.
they won't
So
hold
that,
themselves accountable.
so
But there's
that
a difference
must,
between state sanctioned auditing and independent auditing.
yeah, there must be an independent. If there's a state sanction, there's a need for independent auditing too.
And I do think the term was used loosely. So, I don't entirely disagree with the notion that, there is such a title as an auditor that's only designated by the state.
Right.
But I also fully agree that I would use that exact same term when I'm talking about we the people that are doing it.
I'm agreeing, 1,000% agreement. And I think that's what he was saying too. He was saying a real auditor is what the state does. What we do is, you could call it press. I think that's all he was trying to say. And I still say he was wrong.
Right. And we all make mistakes in our verbiage or don't quite fully explain what we're trying to convey sometimes. So,
Yeah.
Well, let me ask this. Do you guys agree that the money aspect of it plays a role on how these actors do their job, because they're being paid by the state, even like the news agencies, because again, those are licensed agencies, right?
Yeah, I absolutely think money. I think money is the motive behind all of what they do.
Well, the kickbacks and everything else that these news agencies get from their donors has a big part of it too.
That guy, I can't think of his name, famously came out. I think he was on MSNBC or CNN, and he talked about how important the jab was, and now he's gotten sick from it, and he's all over the fucking everywhere he can show up talking about how bogus it was. He was making fun of dude for using the rival, for making fun of Joe Rogan for using that shit. Now he's doing the same exact shit that he was trolling Joe Rogan about. The horse tranquilizer.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Joe. Sorry.
It's good. I'm eating, smacking on some candy anyway. I should have closed my mouth a long time ago.
Shut your mouth, Joe. I've actually developed some friendships with some of my local media after, we finally were vindicated with what we started our channel about. And what I've learned is that, yes, some of them seem to be persuaded to do whatever the government tells them, but others are not. Matter of fact, I've got a couple of closer ones that I appreciate more than others, that I know for a fact, if something comes up that's government related that they can blast, they'll take it. They'll do everything they can to run with it.
Let's say reporter, what are you talking about? I'm sorry to be so talkative, but paper prints, it's easier to get those. If you got someone who actually has any type of normal media shit, those people to the man seem to side with the cops and hate us and will throw you under the bus. If it's just newspaper or written shit, yes, those people are cool as fuck. But I've never seen a personality that you're going to see on the news that sides with us. In fact, when they say press can come in and they let NBC or whoever your local station in, and you don't come in, they ain't going to turn around and be like, hey, he's press too. Let him in. They're not cut like that.
Mine do, Joe. The ones I'm talking about, they do with me. Like, I'm actually invited to the press releases into the group, into the circle. They make room for me to stand there with my cell phone.
You know what I think another problem is that these professional journalists or organizations, they push this notion that you have to have consent to print someone's picture or statement or whatever, and all these people have a professional decorum that they must follow.
Yes.
Whereas an independent journalist, we don't have all that red tape that we have to follow. We do things our way, and that's what people. Why does an expectation of us being professional fall on us?
It
don't have
should
any.
not, but I don't know. The cop always think, "Where's your credentials?" They normally do it like this. Press usually stands over there. I'm with you. There's different types of press, motherfucker. Especially 70% of the youth now is getting their news service shit from
Independent.
YouTube and shit like that.
YouTube and Twitter. Yeah.
Social media.
Social
Right.
media.
Social
Thank
media
you.
is
That's the word I
taking
was looking for.
over all media, really.
That's what press looks like now. Literally, yeah. We're the press now.
I was
Well,
just going
even
to
the
say, I was
mainstreams are
going to
using-
reiterate what Oklahoma said. You know, what about the paparazzi? They don't show no decorum. They invade people's private spaces and shit, and nobody has a problem with them.
They go all
Everybody
through
eats
the airport.
everybody eats that up in the tabloids, and that's
right.
okay. But when we go somewhere that we're not traditionally allowed to do the stuff,
That's right.
but we're legally allowed to do it, people have a problem with it. Why is that?
And we
I
do
think
this
people.
shit.
I think people have problems with both. It's, because we get a lot of support for it too, especially when you dig up something that needed to be dug up. When you're successful and you pull out something that benefits, a local area, especially, or society in general. I found credit in that. Like I was given credit.
It's a little different though, right? Have you ever paparazzi? Basically, camera is not welcome. And you fall under that too. You're gonna when you go out in the public, your camera makes you stand out like a alien or something.
Right, and I guess my point was paparazzi catches hell for what they do as well. But
Not
I guess
near like we do.
Do they?
Not near like we do.
I was, I
From the
remember
stars,
growing
maybe.
up, I wasn't like a fan of
J-Lo, but
paparazzi.
the people on the street ain't like, "Hey, leave them alone." They expect that shit. They gonna look forward to seeing that shit in TMZ tomorrow.
Exactly. They don't get famous, rich and famous and popular, and expect not to be seen everywhere they go. They know what's coming.
Yes.
Well, the damn sure ain't getting any
see it when
journalism
they're-
awards for it. So,
Well, and you know what else upsets me is like these VA clinics and public aid offices. If people really had a problem with people going into the public lobbies to film, why don't these places create a fucking private area where people can conduct their business in private and not have it out there?
I think
like 90%
all,
of them do.
Yeah, I think they all start off like that. But when no one tests them, they start doing their business out there, calling your name. What's your social in front of 50 people? They get lazy, man. But I think the building was constructed for those places where they had their coffee and shit to be for us.
You nailed it,
even
Joe.
get me
That's
started
spot
on
on,
VA.
dude.
Let me tell you, right now in California, UCLA is taking over property that was deeded after the Civil War, was deeded to every veteran from every war to follow. Okay, 900 acres of land. UCLA is taken over, and there are congressmen involved with it that are allowing them to take this property over, and they're not supposed to be able to, but it's happening. My dad was literally, they hooked him on painkillers for 18 years and then gave him back to me, a broken man with leukemia. Trust me, when I have hatred for the VA, I have more hatred for that organization than you can imagine.
Yeah.
In my eyes, they killed my
there's-
father 18 years before the leukemia did.
John, that's a growing general consensus.
It's happening everywhere. And and this, what really burns my balls about it is with my dad. My dad had me speaking for him. What about the guy that comes behind him that doesn't have me, that doesn't have somebody that can speak up for him? Because the people at the VA aren't going to do it for them.
Right.
Even the patient advocates out there that they're supposed to have, that are supposed to be working with the vets, they don't work for the vets. They work.
Oh,
for
you mean the ones with the titles, John? The ones that the state gives the title to?
Exactly.
Right. There needs to be more voices here, like on these social media platforms.
It's a goddamn disgrace what's going on with the VAs and the way they treat our veterans.
Yes, sir.
And you know something? For a country that's handing billions of goddamn money, billions of dollars overseas, they could take that money and invest it into this country. They could deal with the homeless situation in this country, and they could deal with the VA problem in this country.
Well, if you go back, take that back to the auditing, to us being auditors. Do you know how much money that we find misappropriated just through open records request? I mean, look at just this community on YouTube. Imagine if a higher percentage of the U.S. population was actually utilizing public records and looking into their local governments and finding all that misappropriated fund and who's making money they shouldn't be making and raising red flags in the council rooms and bringing attention to the AGs and getting accountability made. I mean, could you imagine how much money that would save this nation?
Well, that's a great point, because like right now I have been working with a gentleman that Joe and I both know, Good Citizen Media out in Colorado.
Yeah.
And he has a town in Colorado called Aguilar, Colorado. Right now, the feds actually, after almost 2 years, the feds are finally going to come in. And the only reason why they're coming in is because they built a certain pond, right? And the money that was granted through the federal government disappeared.
And it's
Now,
not
it
pond
disappeared.
with fish. It's their water, their drinking water, the thing, whatever you call the reservoir, the hose, their drinking water. So
Right. I think so.
it is. I got the footage of it where they were inspected it and everything.
Right. So again, this is now the federal government is coming in 2 years after the fact and going, where's our money? Because it didn't go to the people that it was supposed to go to. It didn't go to the contractors who were building the pond.
And we're talking about millions. And they had another person, if they got the first 10 million, or I don't know how many millions it was, they would give them millions. And the second people, when they went to give them money, they were like, okay, show us the receipt for what you did with the first money you got. And that's how Good Citizen Media and them got on to them. They were like, what was our fucking water thingy, whatever, I can't think of what it's fucking called.
This is a town, right, where in 5 years, now every year in Colorado, they're required to have a financial audit done, right? The last 5 years, they haven't had one.
Yeah, she's been probably reading records for months.
Well, didn't they just do that out in California? And they came up with 55 million short.
Yeah,
some absurd number for just for the VA.
What's wild is all these places have these annual and biannual audits done by the state auditors and the county auditors and stuff. But what's funny is whenever they're caught in something, like whenever the county or the state is caught in something and they do a federal or the state actually brings in a third-party contract audit, they always catch them with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in misappropriation. So do we trust these auditors? Hell no.
Oh, good fucking point, right? They must be sucking at it, because whenever a news reporter looks into it, suddenly there's all this money that's been misappropriated.
I think a lot of times, Joe, what they'll do is they'll just go off of the last audit and just skim the paperwork and knock it out.
I guarantee you that'd make their life 80%
Copy
easier.
Copy paste.
I think the biggest slap in the face with all of this is that's government, right? Dealing with themselves, right?
Yeah.
If this was you or I being audited by the IRS, do you think that we would walk away with a hand slap and don't do it?
Right. No one goes
slap
to jail.
and a prison sentence.
Yeah, it's over $500, Joe. It's a felony. You got to do time. These guys can use little tens of thousands, millions of dollars. We never see anybody. Here, Department of Defense famously lost during their audit $4.5 trillion unaccounted for. So they say, don't worry, get to the bottom of it. Plane flies into the Pentagon. Oh, you know what happened was the room where we were working on that got hit by the plane, and we'll never know what happened to that money. Next audit, another $4 trillion. Next
whatever,
audit,
man. Hold on. They got that
trillion.
digitalized.
Yeah,
There's
of course,
copies.
that's nonsense.
Yeah, nonsense. Keep going. I just had to throw it in
I was
there.
going to say that's out of the last 3 audits, $4 trillion, $4.3 trillion, $4.5 trillion.
Good Lord.
Two bombers, they say, if they got rid of, would feed the homeless people and house them and all of that shit for 7 or 8 years. So all these trillions of dollars that they just casually lose every audit would solve all of your fucking problems.
Do you know how screwed up this government is? This government gave $250,000 in grant money to do a study on bagels in New York. What the frig are we spending $250K for a goddamn grant?
I'm not mad at that.
Well, I mean, were the bagels causing cancer or something?
I'm not mad at it. If you I could justify
No,
that.
they were causing leftists.
This is the waste of money. This is
You know
all
that
the money that
you know they got a fucking $3.5 million grant to study amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, even better. You ready for this? They sent money overseas to do a study on transgender Germans.
All right, that's the first one I thought is stupid. The first two, though, I didn't. Yeah. The fish you could justify, you know, we're good people and we don't want these fish to die. 3 million is nothing when you're talking about the government. The other one, what was the other one? They $225 on I don't forget what that was. But you could the
Transgender
bagels.
studies in
Bagels.
the bagels.
No,
okay.
the first one was bagels. New York, everybody eats bagels in the morning. You can turn that money around if you find out the problem. I don't know the motivation, but yeah, you suddenly find a way to bring in more bagels or advertise them better, and you bring more money to the city. You could justify that one. Costs a couple $100,000 is not a lot when you're talking about city budgets or state budgets.
All right,
But
here's
then,
one for you, Joe.
Yeah.
What state of California is now doing? So they're pushing all these electric vehicles, right?
Yeah.
They want everybody to get in these electric vehicles. So they're losing money on the gas tax. So now they want to tax people based on the mileage they drive, whether you're gas or electric, either one. Like,
listen, you want to take that one step further? California and New York were trying to set a tax up so that if you moved out of the state, they could fine you for leaving the state.
Yeah, well, they're doing that with businesses already. They've already done that with businesses that are leaving California. They're sending once they leave, they send them a fucking bill.
I watched an episode on, or maybe it was an interview with Ozzy Osbourne, where that happened to them. They got very heavily taxed for moving out of California.
If you leave the
Tesla
country,
just have it happen.
Every other country, if you leave the country and you make money somewhere else, it's yours. U.S. does the same thing. Even abroad, you're supposed to pay them that money. They want their chop.
Well, I can kind of understand a little bit on the electric car issue because you do realize that at the pump, at the gas pump, a percentage of that tax is going to, keeping up the roads, especially interstates.
That's what they say, but
yeah, that's what they tell you.
Well, I mean, if they can show it on paper, I don't have a quorum with it.
For public safety, I drive for a living, bro, and I can tell you they're not putting them towards the roads. And I get taxed 3 times at the pump every time I fill up. 3 different taxes. So I know that's their line that they want to give people, but I don't believe that for a second.
Well, I'm not saying they're doing it appropriately. I'm saying that if they were appropriating it properly, that would be reasonable, to consider that if we move all electric or a high percentage of electric, there's got to be a way to pay for the roads.
Let me give you some for the electric car shit. Let me say with the electric car shit before we get too far. The China, if there's a video surface of China, their electric cars really suck. However, they have a feature when you don't pay the money you owe or whatever ticket or whatever it is you owe the state for, they got video of a guy who they stopped his car and locked the doors. He couldn't move it and told him the police are on the way. I only say that because you brought up electric cars, and everyone who gets an electric car, there's a government so-and-so in there that by the year 20 whatever, they must be able to turn that car off remotely. So anybody getting an electric car after a certain year, you must agree, if you go electric, that the government has the ability to cut your car off at will.
Yeah, well, they're going to put kill switches on gas and electric, not just electric.
Did you guys see the video about 2 months ago on the Civil Rights Lawyers channel? Or no, I'm sorry, it was on Steve. what's his name?
Harlow, something like
Harloha?
something like that.
Yeah, but his channel name's something else. But you all know who I'm talking about. He did he covered a case law where, you know, those cars that you can buy here, pay here, and pay weekly. The car lots where you can pay like bi-weekly for your car payment.
Buy here, pay here.
So they were putting auto ignition shutoffs on those cars for people who didn't pay.
Right.
And what was happening was that made it, you know, a case was a lot of those people were in the midst of driving. Say,
that's insane.
In town or in the interstate or at a stoplight or in front of the school, you know, and all of a sudden, boom, their car shuts off and they can't turn it back on. So there were accidents. There were accidents that were occurring because your brakes and your steering lock up. You know,
imagine being in the middle lane of an expressway somewhere.
Well, that's what was happening, Joe. That's exactly what was happening. It was causing wrecks.
Don't forget too, the other thing that they did, Chris. The other thing they did when they did that, the shut off, is they also put the GPS in there so that they could track exactly where the vehicle was.
Right. Yeah, but they weren't even utilizing. Well, at least they should have utilized the GPS first.
Hang on. Can I interject in here with my experience as a tow truck driver and a mechanic for
you're
since I was about 13?
Bring it.
So most of the time, I've never seen one GPS at all ever, or one of them trackers or one of them shutoffs that will shut the vehicle off as it's running. What those are designed to do are when you shut the vehicle off, they're designed to not let you start it back up.
All right,
that makes sense.
That's good to hear. I thought these niggas.
Well, the new ones are not like that though, Toe. The new ones that they are mandating. They're mandating ones that can shut off at any point.
Well, and this case law was due to accidents that occurred, you know, from the shut off. So that they had to happen somewhere, you know, at some point, because it's now case law. It's literally now put into law that these dealerships, and it was specific to the dealerships. It said, if I remember the episode correctly, in the case law that I read behind it, it was saying that the dealerships cannot install these automatic shutoffs, that they had to find, you know, an alternative method of collecting their cars.
That's logical. If a dealership is so cheap that they're letting you pay bi-weekly, then they probably got the cheapest system, period, out there.
Well, you know what it is, Joe? And I'm gonna kind of, what they do is when they do the bi-weekly, the buy here, pay here, what they are doing is they're targeting the people that are at their lowest low.
Of course, yeah.
They can't afford anything. They have to get a vehicle because they have to work, and they prey on them, and they just use them and abuse them.
It's probably some crazy percentage rate.
Yeah, you're paying like 450 to 500% more than the car's worth too.
Well, listen, exactly. Some states, let me explain this part of it to you too. In some states, a buy here, pay here car lot can't charge interest because they're not considered a financial institution. You have to be considered a financial institution like a bank, credit union, something like that, or an actual loan company to charge interest. So what they do, and this is what most buy here, pay here car lots do, they go to the auction, they buy this car. Car rolls across, they bid on the car. Car is, let's say, $4,500, right?
Yeah.
They bring it back to their lot. They do a little bit of clean, this and that, and this and that. So they wrap up 500 or another 500 into it, $5,000. They put it on their car lot for $5,000 down on payments with a total of like, you know, whatever the car's worth, you know, $12,000. Right. So when you pay that down payment, they're getting their money that they paid for that car at the auction right off the top.
So
I don't know.
Every other payment they get is nothing but profit.
I don't know. The buy here, pay here that I got my first car when I moved to Illinois, they charged me something like 23% interest on that bitch.
Whoa.
But so Illinois is one of them states where the buy here, pay here can charge interest. But in Ohio, they can't.
Yeah.
In Ohio, a buy here, pay here car lot they have to just up the vehicle price or what have you. They can't charge you actual interest on paper because they're not a financial institution.
Yeah,
Right.
see, and that's
Well, and
smart.
that should
That's
be
the way it
across
should
the
be.
board like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're like
absolutely.
you are in Illinois Midwest, but they cap it out at 21% here.
You know,
and that it very well could be a 21. I was just a
Yeah.
rough, but
And
they
if-
charge an outrageous number just because it's a buy here, pay here. Like, okay, we're cutting you a break. We're gonna help you get in this car, but we're gonna
We're
tax the
helping
fuck
you.
out of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna pay us for us helping you. Like,
And if
it's
you're
just
like familiar, if you're familiar with like JD Byrider, you guys remember JD Byrider, or if they're still around?
they are. Yep.
That's
I
why
even remember the
JD
jingle.
That's why JD Byrider sells you the car. Their finance company, which they own, but it's a finance company,
Yeah.
is in the same building. That's how they get away with being able to charge you interest, is because they have a finance company that they own, and it's in the same
In-house
building.
financing.
You
Yep.
know they're gonna
Exactly.
find a workaround, right? Laws are just for us, people like us, but people who know how to use them, like Trump, they ain't gonna pay no taxes. People who
Trump
buy
told him,
expensive
gotta-
shit, they don't use their money.
You got to
They
say
use
though, Trump
yours.
told him about the taxes, change the tax codes, and then he'll pay taxes. But as long as they keep all the tax laws the way they are, I mean, it's the American way. I mean,
Well,
if you run a business, honestly, I'm being serious though. I run a business, right? And I'm going to try to find every law that I can when it comes to my taxes to get out of paying so many taxes. And that's all Trump does. And I can't
It's
down him for
business.
that. That's the American
Yeah,
way. It's
here
business.
I
Well, you
can
know
down
what?
for this.
Well,
when he got in
hold
office,
on.
he said that
The-
he was
the-
going to show his taxes when he became president, and he lied. So I'll give him shit for that.
Well, not only that, I mean,
that's
obviously,
neither here nor there. But I'm saying about him not paying a whole lot of taxes. I mean, he flat out told him, he was like, change the tax laws.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
I
the
guess
biggest
I have to pay more taxes.
the biggest part of that was it was Hillary and her cronies that designed that tax law, and then when someone actually used it that they didn't like, that's when they bitched about it.
That sounds like politicians to me.
Yeah, but hold on now. Hold on. There's two things I got to say about this. One, we're a government accountability community, right? So one of the things that we all preach, which we're not going to be hypocrites up here on this panel, is that you show what you're doing on paper if you're going to be our government. So that applies to the president too. The second thing I want to bring up, he was literally lying about the value of his assets. That's not.
Yeah,
that ain't the same, man. That ain't the same, dude. Because like I'm a business owner too.
Wait,
and-
let me counteract that real quick.
I'm
So
a freelance cameraman, just by the way. So you put me in a circle that I'm not in. I'm a freelance.
you in a circle
cameraman.
whether you want your name's so big you're in a circle. But let's counteract that real quick, Chris. The bank that he was doing business with is the ones that valued that, not him. And they didn't have a problem.
Right.
They
But if
didn't
you
have
or
a
me-
problem with
if
it,
you or
and he
me-
paid everything and interest. So where's the crime in that? If the bank or the financial institution that he was doing business with had their appraisers appraise his property and told him that's what it was worth, where's the crime in that?
Bro, the crime is in the bank then. But let me tell you, it's in the staff of the bank. But and that's a fact. But
the question is, who runs the bank?
I'm
that's
told
what I was
that
going to
Trump
say.
only had one bank that he would fuck with. It's the same bank that the Russians and shit use. No bank would fuck with him like this one.
And he
that's-
had that shit in his pocket, and I cannot stand that kind of business, man. Like that ruins the free enterprise of this nation. When you got a person that's putting people in important positions in their pocket. No, I don't
Well,
agree
that
with
lobbyists, that's all politicians do. You don't become motherfucker. These are long entrenched politicians because you're benevolent. It's because you're promised $30 million on a board with a tobacco company. After X amount of years, it's too profitable, man. If you make this, if you cut all of their salaries so that their servants' heart, we know that's why they're going there. There can't be no way that cops are driving around in luxury cars and shit like that, or our senators and all of that bullshit. We can't have that.
Right. Yep. When we start making this a rich and luxurious lifestyle
Yes.
to apply, that's when we've lost all
Yeah, we attract a different person. We want servants. You're gonna attract narcissistic motherfucking businessmen like Trump.
Yep.
Well, and that's what I was saying earlier about the benefactors, the ones that pay off the mainstream media to print the story they want, because it's all the benefactors and the lobbyists, and those same lobbyists that are controlling government are controlling the media. They're working hand in hand.
Yeah, you ever watch I used to watch, I haven't done it recently, but I used to keep the news on. I watched like 3 days of CNN, 3 days of Fox, 3 days of so and so, just to stay abreast of that shit. And every fucking CNN and MSNBC shit, after they talk about the what they think about the virus and it's safe and you get the jab and all of that shit, it will say brought to you by Pfizer. That is the ultimate. How can you report on them? It's the fucking insane.
It's an echo chamber with all of them.
You know what's funny though, Joe, is if you go back and you watch them at the same time, right?
Yes.
It's literally the same
you're gonna hear
script.
the exact same phrases being used by each one of those stations.
State
It will be the
actors.
same.
Well, no respect for them.
There was a video. There was a video about that on YouTube, or maybe it was Facebook. It was a whole bunch of tiles of all the different fucking medias, and they literally were all saying the same exact script.
But hold on, there's a reason for that. There's an excuse. I'm going to give you the excuse. I'm not covering for them because I think they're full of shit. Okay, but there is an excuse for that. It's called a public information release. It is given to them in a script. They can choose to go off of that script. They can choose to read it in their own words. They can choose to look into it, which is what they should be fucking doing.
Right. It used to be they must change it, and they always changed it. So it's very interesting now. I mean, it was considered a disgrace if the White House gave you their press so-and-so and you read it, you were in the bag. No one would ever do that shit back in the day.
It's not information or journalism anymore. It's propaganda now. It's not. It's not information or fucking journalism.
We're a little bit to blame, though, too, as a society, because we put a lot of pressure on who's going to tell the story first. You know, I get that pressure now as a YouTube channel in my local area. People are hitting me up whenever something like an arrest will happen. And yeah, I knew the arrest was coming early, and I could have published that, but I didn't want to fuck with the investigation, right? But people are putting pressure on me, going,
"What? Wait, what? Backed up." What are you talking about publish? What?
Okay.
What would you not publish because you're afraid of an investigation? Who gives a fuck about who the police anyway investigating anyway? I hope I throw a monkey wrench in that shit.
If once you finally get the feds or finally get the state to come in and bust their own government actors.
Oh, government. All right. I thought you were talking about a nigga on the street. All right.
No, dude, I don't even fuck with nothing like that. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the street.
My bad.
I mean, that ain't my business. You know, my business is I look into government.
I totally understand. We're on the same page.
I don't give a shit who is the first to publish a story. I want the most accurate information.
Well, that's my point. And and people that do contact me and ask me, are you going to get that story up or what? You know, you're slacking. They understand when I explain to them, hold on, there's more to this. I'm digging deeper. I'm not just going to run with it. And I think people appreciate that once I explain it. But is there pressure? Yes. People put pressure on you to be the first one to tell the story.
And that's where all the views and shit come. And you know how many videos I did because I take so long making them. And then YouTube hates me, so everything must be manually reviewed. Literally everything. I had the greatest stories, and fucking James and Lackluster drop them. And I'll text them and be like, nigga, I had that review, but I don't even drop them.
Right. Well, not only that, but you hit your comments and there's people in there going, this is old news. Motherfucker, it happened 2 days ago. You know,
I've seen that. I've seen this on such and such channel. I've seen this. Well, did you get the rest of the story?
Exactly the point. And, you know, that's what the point I'm trying to make is that's what's happening with journalism. That's what's happening with the media. They're taking these public information releases.
Fast.
They're not taking any time to investigate what's handed to them. And then they're running straight to the camera and being the first one to produce the news.
And
you
there's
know?
shit, though, I would say it's in their interest not to alter it. There's a second level there that you don't have. It's not in your interest to just follow the story. It's in the interest of mainstream media, regular news stations and shit. That's where their money comes from. That's where their power comes from. The cops let them into places they don't let other people because they know they can count on them to give positive stories. Until we give you a guy that we need to throw under the bus, then they'll write about him. Oh, he's a piece of shit. One bad apple. That bullshit.
Well, I think in a world full of Don Lemons, be a Paul Harvey.
He used to fuck with a girl that hated him.
But again, so by that thinking, though, I mean, is what you're saying is that they're willing to just read off those press releases instead of investigating. So what are they just throwing us a bone when they have a dirty cop that comes to the news? You know what I mean?
No, they're not. They're not throwing nobody a bone. That's them acting like they're covering something and getting the heat off of them.
Well, that's usually the government. Look, our government is very aware. They're very acutely aware when the public rises a red flag. Okay.
Yeah.
So what they will do is they will pick the worst out of their group, if they can afford to, and they'll throw them under the bus at that point in time, and they'll publicize it.
And
Every
you know, if
cop knows
they're
it,
throwing
too.
one out there, that means they're 40, 50, 60. There's a bunch of them that, that were on the line when they do throw one of theirs under the bus.
Including cooperatives in that very same scheme, you know, and they won't look. My last video is on a guy named Kenny Eubanks. Hope you're listening, Kenny Eubanks. I'm on your tail. Kenny Eubanks was the former sheriff of the neighboring county of the county where the sheriff just got busted, you know, laundering money through these classic cars. He had 6 private businesses. He was running the EMT. He was stealing the tax money to pay his mistresses and all this shit. So right next door was another guy in power whose wife is the president of the city council or the county council running that county, running the finances, right? And they own an LLC. Well, this sheriff hired that dude, that former sheriff, to run his commissary, and they stole $286,000 out of commissary alone, and the guy never claimed a penny of it on taxes. Okay, they caught him. His wife is still an acting council member for the county who's running the current sheriff's budget over there, and they're choking the new sheriff out financially so that they can put one of their implants in right in front of everybody. That's what my very last video on my channel is about.
You just made me think that if you can push the people out of politics, you know, you can keep us away from that transparency shit, then it's just the power dynamic that you create. Whether you can read the guy next to you, make a deal with this guy, all of that changes if the people are in your business. That you keep them out of those public meetings, you keep everything where they can't see your records and shit. And you can do any fucking thing you want. That's how you end up with that lady still up there being councilman. If that story, the people know about that story, the pressure will be enormous.
The pressure is where it comes from. That's what solves. Because look, the cops done busted the accomplices in that whole thing.
Yes.
And what do? Nothing about
nothing.
them.
It's who you know, right?
Yeah, they're hammering down on the one they want to throw under the bus. You know,
can we agree that that's why a lot of lateral transfers happen too? Is because they might get wrapped up in a situation in one department, and then they get sent somewhere else where they may not have been caught in that first department, but they don't want to get caught up in it, so they get transferred somewhere else to throw the heat off.
Yeah, and then when they do that, they almost one step deeper that I've learned over my couple of years of doing this. They usually transfer them to the same agencies. Like if you're in a region, you'll notice that it's the same agency that's taking the bottom of the barrel people, right? Yeah. And what you'll find about that agency is it'll have a policy to keep the cops' records private. Yeah,
it's not here. They can do just like go the next town over, and it's still a lateral movement. Even if they say we fired him, but you had a job set up for him literally in the next county.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's the same position, same salary. It's just like
still got his pension from the other.
Yeah, well, they do that also to keep their badge, their license. So, like, I can't talk a lot about this because of my lawsuit, but Donovan Herod is one of the actors that was involved in our lawsuit, you know, which started our channel. Well, I got to be careful what I'll say. All right, so
I would leave it alone. If you
no, I
if
got it.
you're
I got
about
it. I
what you
just
have
got to
to
think it
say,
through.
I wouldn't say it.
I got it. I just got to think it through. All
As your lawyer, I advise you.
No, all right. So he's involved in a bunch of shit. Okay, that's the easy way to put it. He's involved in a bunch of shit. Well, he got, along with the rest of the group that went down with the sheriff, they all got caught during the investigation. Once the state and feds, you know, opened it to the public and said, yes, these people are under investigation, they all got canned. Well, what they did was lateral move all of them. They moved every one of them laterally. And the reason they did that, now some of them, which this is what I do want to say in public, Donovan ghost employed. He didn't even really go to fucking work as a marshal in a township in the same county where he got fired from. He just made a lateral move as a marshal to this little town called Utica. And I contacted the president of the council, and I was like, why the hell did you all hire Donovan? You know what a bad apple he is. And they said, he doesn't even work. Like, yeah, he's been an employee now, but he ain't showed up for work not once yet. You know, and we're a volunteer agency. So what did they do? They kept him in license. They were keeping him as a police officer for as long as they could. Yep. That's all it was.
Chris,
Well,
I
that's saying.
actually had a question for you because you did a story about the guy that shot Breonna Taylor and him moving to another agency, like we were just talking about, right?
Yes, right.
My understanding is not too long after he was there, he was involved in another shooting down there.
Well, I don't know if he shot. He pulled his gun out on some people, though, out of fear.
This is what we're allowing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, actually, that's an interesting subject topic that you brought up because more prospectively, what I was doing in that subject was covering LMPD as a whole, Louisville Metro Police Department as a whole. That's what I was honed in on, was Louisville Metro. And I covered like 4 laterals all within the same time period, and most of them fell back to the Breonna Taylor incident. And the only reason for that is like that's just the common denominator where it became exposed to the public how bad the agency was, right? So like you knew about it, but nothing was being publicized that was happening, really. Like there would just be like under the table lawsuits and hush hush and cops getting fired or rehired or lateraled, and nobody really heard about it a lot until after the Breonna Taylor incident. Once that happened and the DOJ stepped in, then more publicity started happening to what was going on within, you know, that agency. So that's where I was able to, you know, really get information, was because, you know, now there was eyes on it and there were people talking. So I was looking into that, and I found that like 4 cops within, I don't know, 2 months of research, I found 4 cops that moved laterally and all had done really horrific shit. Like they were obviously shouldn't be cops anymore. You know, one of them moved to JPD and he had like 6 lawsuits. Did you see that one, John?
Yeah, I think I did. It's kind of, you know, it's reminiscent of the guys from New York. That what was it? Leroy Truth. He did that piece about the one in New York, that town that he used to go to in New York, where one of the cops had been sued and they ended up paying like $350,000 out in lawsuits with him, and they found I think he found something like 8 cops that were former NYPD that were disgraced cops.
Yeah. And here's the thing. These lawsuits don't get settled until they don't get accepted by the courts until you prove that the cops violated the shit out of the Constitution. Like you have to full on prove it. I know that for a fact because I'm in a big one. You know, you don't get, if you file a suit and you don't absolutely prove that your case is real, then it'll be thrown out before you ever even make it to court.
Well,
we had a similar situation
John, I don't know if you remember Chief Minton or Hinton, whatever. They're in North Pekin, that guy that flipped us off or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, we found out after that incident that while he was chief of police of Marquette Heights, where that Chief Merritt went hands-on with us, he was chief of police there and got arrested by the sheriff's department for petty theft or something like that. He resigned and went next door to North Pekin and was chief of police there.
There you go. I mean, it happens all the time. And look, when you do see a story that hits mainstream news about a cop being disgraced and terminated, or a council that's caught a cop and that's a bad actor and they're trying to get rid of him, always look at that cop's historical record, because I guarantee you it's one of these cops we're talking about that have lateraled several times, that have been like, they keep giving them chances, which
and that kind of brings up another point, because in Massachusetts, everybody has like the Brady's or the Giglio list, right?
Yeah.
In Massachusetts, there are over 170 cops in the state that are on that list, right?
Right.
And the attorney generals hide that list from the people.
Yeah.
Why are they hiding the list?
In a lot of states they do. Yeah, because they're considered personnel jackets. And then there are a lot of states that do not force the agencies to put personnel jackets in FOIA, and their excuse is because there's private information about the individual that is the officer, like their social security number, their date of birth, their home address, their phone numbers, things that their bosses might need for taxes or to contact them, or for
things that can be redacted.
GLA.
It is, but then again, now you're talking about an excuse. I mean, that is their excuse.
Yeah, see, in Mass, I think we can get them, because I actually found a place where the guy requests people on the Brady's list, and these guys go even further, because they can actually get into their disciplinary records, which normally you can't get up here.
That's supposed to be in their jackets. That their disciplinary. I just got an officer's disciplinary, and that's that last video again, the one where I went and called out the Eubanks. The new council president, after the Eubanks got removed from president, they elected, they mandated another one. Like they chose within their own group who they wanted to become president next. So this guy, his name's J.R. Ward, he gets to be council president. So that's actually who kicked me out of the meeting, because I had in my hand like a 26-page disciplinary record of his. And I was like, this is your record, bro. Like, you're making determination about the finances for the sheriff's department, but you were fired from this sheriff's department for this much insubordination. He goes, get out of here. But yeah, I mean, you can get them. You just have to, it just depends on your state's laws. And if you can find a transparent agency that does records that's willing to work with you on it, because there is a lot of redacting.
Yeah. So Angela in the chat wants to know how can we make that shit stop? How can we, as we the people, put pressure on them to
out there? The information has to go out.
Well, one thing is we got to make sure we're filing complaints at a federal level. I think.
Well,
all levels. You should.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But most importantly, at the federal level.
You should follow every process, because if you don't, it's kind of like, I look at it like a ladder, a chain of custody. Okay. And it took me a while to learn this too, to learn the chain of custody, especially for law enforcement, because it from agency to agency, there's different rules. There's 3 separations of government. Each one has its own. It can go all the way down to municipal level. You got to learn the structure first. Once you've learned the structure, then you can follow the procedures that are given to the public for the complaint process. And it's not that complicated once you understand the structure. But if you don't understand the structure, you end up skipping steps. Like, you hear people all the time go, oh, hey, I got a problem with this cop over here and the chief won't do nothing about it. And then somebody will say, well, you need to contact the attorney general's office. Okay, wrong. Because if it was the city police, you need to contact the mayor's office. But before you contact the mayor's office, there's a complaint system at the mayor's office that you can utilize. So you missed a step. So what will happen is the AG is going to tell you, well, you didn't file this complaint properly. This is not the right agency. And then you feel like you were just turned down because you didn't understand what they were telling you was you missed going to the appropriated agency, the appropriated steps. And then there's also where they do shut you down. So you got to already know, because they're not going to teach you. They're going to tell you they can't give you legal advice, right?
Yeah.
So you got to follow the steps through and through. If y'all don't mind,
Let me give you my take on it. Let me give you my take on it real quick, right?
Rogue Nation, what's up, man?
And I've said this over and over and over again, and this is my take on it. And I hear you, Chris, and I hear everything you're saying. But I know we always have most of the people that watch, our videos, usually most of ours are 50, 40s, 50s, and 60s. But here's the thing. This is how we're going to stop it. You got to vote your local governments, man, and you got to vote the right people in. That's the problem. And you got to vote for your cities. You got to vote for your counties. You got to vote for your states, because those are the people that are making the decisions that we're all bitching about right now, right?
Yeah, the focus is in your backyard. That's where we started, because the most power we have is in our own backyard.
Show me that again. Who is that?
Here's the problem, though. Okay, right now you're seeing.
Oh God, what up? I got you.
Right now you're seeing the election fraud things everywhere. There's lawsuits about election fraud, right? Here's the problem: is now the lower level elections, which are mayors, governors, whatever, right? Now they're starting to see that on the higher levels, and now they're doing it at the lower levels. And it's a snowball effect.
Well, hold on, John. I don't want to discourage people either, because here's the thing. Let's face it. We all know that all business that government has ever taken on to do, they have sucked at. They suck. The government sucks as business. So you're going to find serious issues within every aspect of government. All you got to do is look for it. Now, that doesn't mean we shouldn't still pressure them to do a good job. And that includes, proper counts of elections and votes. Yes, there's going to be corruption. Yes, there's going to be, nefarious action at play. Yes, there's going to be, technical issues. Yes, there's going to be errors. I mean, all this is going to be there. But that doesn't mean that we still don't pressure and push to make it right. Look at the license branch, for example. Most of you guys are around my age, right? How did it feel to go to the license branch when we were like just after we got our license? You remember you had to take the day off work. You fucking knew that they were going to make you come back 3 or 4 times. You were going to forget something. They were going to tell you needed something else that you didn't have. Like, it sucked. Nowadays,
unless you knew somebody.
Yeah. Nowadays, though, the BMV, and I'm being very specific about that, in most states, they have hours that are regulated around work schedules, even machines where you can just go in, you know what you need already because it's already in the piece of paper that they mailed to you. You fucking stick it in the machine, you push the cash out button, and you leave, right? It ain't like it used to be. They got better at it. But the reason they got better at it is because
Texas, bro.
Indiana, I mean, it's been bad. And I'm not saying every time you go is going to be good either, because they're not perfect. But our BMVs here have, made extreme strides since I was young. And the reason for that is because everyone had to use it religiously, and it was pissing people off, and there was a lot of complaints. So my answer to the question is this: treat it like an insubordinate. If it's your child who's gone down a bad path and has gotten insubordinate, and you need to work every day a little at a time without losing your love for that child, or losing the love that child has for you, in slowly bringing your child back to being productive again. You got to stay on them. You got to help them. You got to encourage them. You got to pressure them, and you got to be a part of it.
Well, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from doing anything.
No, I understand that. I didn't mean to make it sound like that, John. Sorry.
No, but you know, and I agree with you. The issue that I have, and you're bringing up the DMV, right? Well, here they call it the registry, so it's RMV. So, but same issue. What they did is they used COVID as an excuse. So now what they do is they make you make an appointment. So between the
Oh,
hours
dear
of
Lord. Yeah,
between
COVID gave the government a huge excuse to become complete fumble fucks all over again.
and exactly. And now what they're doing is they make you make an appointment. You go in, you have a set time. You can't walk into the DMV anymore. You can't do that. They're making it so that you have to follow their rules, do it their way. And that's not the way it should be.
No.
And the thing is you got all these windows in the DMV and you see 3 people at 10 windows waiting on over 500 people. It doesn't work. The math doesn't compute. I'm sorry.
Listen.
Well, and that
Listen
brings
to
up another. Go ahead, Toe.
No, I was going to say, so just recently, so we're talking about in the last month, AJOT's driver's license expired. She had to go in this time to get her driver's license into the office. You know how long it took her to get she had a month. She had to wait a month for an appointment to get into the DMV here in Texas. Texas sucks ass.
Well, talking about DMVs, let's bring up another issue. Let's bring up how in Missouri, some of their DMVs they're trying to say they're private entities. They're third party, trying to take care of DMV type shit.
The government's been trying to privatize over. I watched a Cornell study video on that class that was being taught during COVID, and really extremely good law professor was teaching, Cornell class. I just stumbled across it, but he was talking about how much the legal system has been restructured due to trying to work around all of the government's third-party contracts. They're even doing it with land. Like, for example, in Jeffersonville, Indiana, they bought out an old grocery store complex, which has it's like a horseshoe-shaped thing with a bunch of different buildings in it. One building, a bunch of different offices. And they put two of their states' offices side by side in the middle of this complex as a lease. So they're leasing the land. But if you look on the GIS map, which tells you what property is public and what's private, just the square of the inner mechanism of the buildings, the 2 state buildings, they are public. But you have to cross private property, including the parking lot, to get to it.
Well, and there was a couple people in Missouri that were arrested for filming in a DMV because they said it was private.
Well, they're probably mistaken on that, and I'm sure if they get good lawyers and go through court.
Don't be too sure on that, Chris, because in Ohio, where you go get your license and your driver's license at the BMV, it's a license bureau. It's called a license bureau in Ohio, in Toledo. And if Great Lakes is still in chat, he'll tell you. And they are privately owned. They do the state's business, but they're privately owned.
Those are the third-party contracts that I was talking about.
That would still denote them as a government entity.
Well, they're doing government business, but they're private. Yeah, Toe's spot on. What's been that was what that Cornell study was about. So they're hiring these private contractors to do government business, and that's
bullshit.
It's unconstitutional, right? So but it's being allowed, and that's what this professor at the end of the seminar ended up saying. He's like, that was the day that our Constitution completely fell apart, was when they started allowing these third-party contractors, and that includes choosing which laws to enact. Like there are third-party contractors who are being. I'll give you another example because it's the easiest way. They're here in this region where I live in Southern Indiana. They have a 5-county region, and the counties, in other words, the county councils, allowed the people to vote with them to each county to do an RDA board, which is Regional Development Board. Okay, so the development of property. And that is just one finger of the county's duties, right? And what they had done was they effectively kind of cheated the process by saying, well, we let you all approve of the person you chose for your region, but it's not an actual government board. It's a third party contract board. Now they still adhered to like the public meetings being open, to the public, but then again, they do it in a private building. They're doing it at a college during time of the college operation. So like nobody goes to them. You know what I mean? You're not going to go to an active college and walk in the door and walk past all the students and find the room that they're, got 4 or 5 people sitting in talking about what they're going to build next. Now people are, because they caught one of them with their dirty fingers in the Knoll investigation. But that's what they're doing. So they're hiring these civilian groups to make government choices on behalf of their region, on behalf of their county. And these are not our actual elected officials. So it's, they're following the rule, but are they?
They're taking we the people out of the equation.
Right.
Let me see your face there, Major. Can you turn your camera on? Rogue, can you turn your camera on? I got you. All right. Yeah. Turn it off. You don't want to show that out here.
That's pretty funny.
There he is.
Hey, what are you doing at James Freeman's house anyway?
Chilling, actually.
Did you turn on the back screen just to say I'm the real Rogue?
Yeah, no, I turned on the picture, but yeah, I'm not panel friendly.
I want to rent that piano, by the way.
He's got a face for radio. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry.
I got a face blind people love.
And a voice the deaf love too, huh?
No,
my mother hated
singing sopranos over here to the
deaf. He's a solo singer. Solo, we can't hear him.
Damn, George come in and you get so much love all at once.
Yeah, we love you, Rogue.
That's because I shower. That's what it is.
God, we feel special. He did something for us.
Hey, Rogue, by the way, I know you haven't been watching the whole night, but I started off on a big rant because someone likes to watch my channel and wants to talk crazy about me, some little Australian person. So real quick, I'm going to rant real quick one last time before I let you guys finish talking out. But if you're watching, clip this shit because like I said, Toe for Life might not have a whole lot of slubs, but Toe for Life is a big name. Because look at my panel, baby. That's how I roll.
That's right.
Go
Damn,
ahead.
He dropped the mic.
Welcome to talk.
Screenshot, bitch.
He just totally dropped the mic. Did y'all hear it go silent right there?
I was waiting for the statement.
I was hoping and praying for more.
It's kind of hard to drop the mic when it's attached to a fucking headset.
You just got to throw the whole headset.
He throws the mic up on his headset.
It's on a boom, y'all. It's on a boom.
Just flick that motherfucker.
Dude, he hacky sacked it.
Hey, Rogue, you're here. You've always been my savior in not being able to explain things. I'm sure you're aware of the topic that I was talking about. That I think you and I even spoke about it once. Where, and I don't fully explain it very well, but how they're kind of going against the Constitution by having third-party agencies be the voice of the public in a lot of different government aspects.
Yeah, we just got to hold them to the fire on that. If there's a third party private company that's doing business that the government should be doing, then they are subject to like the same record request and same, overlook that any public organization is. we had something down here like that with the Salvation Army. I don't know if you guys remember, some of my first videos I did was on the Salvation Army. They have a probation office here in my home county that does misdemeanor probations. So it's a little bit out of the box for what most people think of Salvation Army for. So a couple years ago, like 20 years ago, they denied some records to somebody, and they ended up suing down here. And the court said that when a company steps in to fill the shoes of government, because it's literally doing the whole job of government as far as misdemeanor probation goes, and it goes the same for DMVs. I heard somebody talking about DMVs in Missouri, even though they might be ran by a private agency, like there's private ran prisons, they still have the same obligations that a state agency would.
What about the property details? Like, what about like being open to the public during, limited public forum rules?
Well, I mean, any place could close off a facility to us, right? So like anywhere could like close the building to all visitors, like they did sort of, I guess, with COVID, right? But as long as the public's allowed, then we should be allowed as well, as far as that goes. And I know specifically in my state, I could record secretly wherever the public's allowed to go, where there's no expectation of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
And the wiretapping statute would not apply to what I caught while I was recording secretly. So if that's the case, I can only assume that openly it's as legal. It can't be legal for it to be okay to secretly record and illegal to do it openly. That wouldn't make any sense.
Well, and right before you came up, I think that was part of the topic that the panel was discussing, was a recent arrest at a third-party agency acting as the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. So there's your answer, guys. If they were open to the public to do business at the time, and the person that got arrested was there, I'm assuming with a cell phone recording, I think you could take the recording out of the equation, because that part shouldn't matter unless they went behind, restricted areas. But that's not. I'm assuming it's not what they got.
It's in fact, it's JC News Now was there with someone else, and that's part of his legal troubles right now. Is because they gave him harassment charge for that.
That lady.
Okay, so they're talking harassment. So that's what he's got to beat then. So they didn't charge him for being like trespassed.
They
trespassed him, and then after that, he wasn't even there anymore. Didn't even know there was an active protective order, and they went next door to another building, and that's when he caught that charge.
How is there a protective order that he was unaware of?
Wasn't it because he put the YouTube video out with the person in it or something?
Yeah, the lady was in it. She claimed harassment. She filed for the protective order. She was given the order because, if I remember correctly, this was the same judge that set the order that you couldn't film the courthouse from the
Judge Stephen Prevet. That's who we went down there and challenged.
Exactly.
Yes.
And what happened was the judge issued the order because of the filming. He issued it, and that's when they broke the order that he didn't know, because I think he hadn't been served yet. Or it was served, but it was served at his house, and he hadn't got it.
Okay, so it was temporary.
He had not been served, and it was not the temporary order. It was the actual order of protection.
Well, you hold on. You get to go to court for a protection order. They set you a court date. So, but what they will do in some cases, well, yeah, I guess there are cases where they'll just grant the PO but they still have to serve it.
Chris, you've got to understand, this is the judge that put an order on the courthouse that said that even if you were outside and a mile or 2 miles away and you were filming towards the courthouse, he would hold you in contempt and have you arrested.
Well, now you're talking, everything, you know who you're talking to. So, when you say like to me, you would just say, you know how these motherfuckers don't follow the law. That's what my friends are dealing with. You know what I mean? Because I know exactly what you're saying, that, what we're dealing with here is not within the realm of the legal system. And Rogue and I, we talked about this.
You really want a story, Chris? Like, you really need to look up JC News now, because he's in jail for all this right now. He's in jail as we speak.
Well, I didn't know that. I do know who JC is. I didn't know he was in jail. That sucks.
Oh yeah.
That
Chris, he's the reason that me, Joko, Kansas Cop Watch, Firm Audits, and Show Me State News went down to that courthouse because of that order. And this event had happened just before we went down there.
Huh.
So we were going down there in protest of what they did to him, and they subpoenaed us into the courtroom without knowing our names or anything. They told us we either went in cuffs or we went in on our own accord. Two of us went in in cuffs.
You all were standing outside the courthouse. I remember. I saw one of your all's videos on that. Okay.
I was watching that one live. That was amazing, dude. That was some of the best film ever.
That should have gotten a lot more attention and still continue to be under the fire. These are the kind of issues that we're exposing as a collective group, right?
But here's the thing, though. This collective group that we call this group, Chris, we have people in this group that like to just I guess, go for like
shit out
and case cloud. So instead we're running live streams about Chili DeCastro while JC News sits in jail too. And ain't no one talking about JC News. You know what I'm saying? And we need to talk about JC News. Along with Chili DeCastro. I'm not putting Chili down. He's wrong.
So my recommendation is that if you got 20 or 30 channels that are not focusing on the target, the goal, then there needs to be 20 or 30 more to replace what they're missing out on, so that we can, we need to keep looking forward, keep expanding, even if we do lose some to, the chasers of cloud and click and view. They're not gone. They're still part of it. I'm sure they still get out and do something every now and again to be productive, hopefully. But, that doesn't mean like we just get angry and stop. You know what I mean? We need to keep growing.
Well, if I remember right, JC's next court date isn't until January of 2025.
And that's a big hit too. Like you guys haven't seen a whole hell of a lot of me, because I'm facing 13 charges, 2 felonies. Tiffany has 2 charges that we're on bond for. And the person that's filed these frivolous charges is just a whacked out of his mind government official, hillbilly from a teeny tiny little county that's, a speck on the map. And he's got every bit of the same authority as any other elected official. So he has been, he's literally on YouTube. Like, he is a YouTube personality. Did you all know that? I know Rogue knows, but
yeah, we know, and you know what? Let's not give that dude no light on this channel.
No, but what I'm saying is that what happens to us, group, like some of us in the group that are usually extremely proactive, we have to go as fast as the court process goes.
Right.
So while we're waiting for court, it's not going to be the same content. It just can't. We can't, if we risk, putting ourselves in jail until that court hearing, what good are we?
Well, yeah. I have to say, Toe had asked me in a live stream not too long ago, do you think we're making a change? And, I started, like, this week, I kind of picked up watching different things that were going on. And, we are making a difference. And part of the difference that we're seeing is a lot more people are picking up a camera. They are filming the police. They are filming their government. They are trying to hold them accountable now. And I think it's come to the point where people have had enough, and they are seeing what's going on, seeing people like Rogue, Chris, Midwest, going out there, even Toe, going out there putting the camera in government and saying, okay, you're doing this shit wrong.
Yeah. And my favorite.
But the question is though, is that are we making a positive change to where these officials are actually doing the right thing instead of changing the laws and the rules of engagement, if you will, about how things are done to subvert what we're doing?
Well, no, hold on. They're changing the rules of engagement so that they can counteract us or retaliate.
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
They're trying what we're doing.
But what we are doing is we are putting the flame against their asses. So that is our job. Like,
absolutely.
And I do love the camera in the face government watchers. Okay. But I'm even more impressed and supportive of the auditors, the ones that we would call auditors, like Rogue Nation. You know, this is a guy who is going to show you on paper, which is indisputable. It's even better than the camera. But when you combine the two, it's God. I mean, it's proof. You know, it's indisputable proof. So I encourage the community to look deeper than just, you know, I want everybody in the nation to be prepared to hold a camera. Okay,
absolutely.
On every government engagement. But I want to encourage a specific, you know, the ones who are willing to go the extra mile to actually start digging into records as well, really going to the council meetings. And I'm not saying you got to be political. I'm saying go to the council meetings and bust their balls about what you think is going on and make them answer the hard questions. You know, you don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to be disorderly at all. You don't have to break any laws. You just got to be proactive.
I think that's a good way for people who don't know how to do the paperwork, the pencil pushing to get into it. I think that's a way for people that don't feel comfortable holding a camera to the cops or to the government officials. That's a good way for them to get involved, is go to the council meetings and address the issues.
At least just ask the questions. Like, you know, when you hear them approve like a $1 million, you know, agency contract, you go, wait a minute, can you show me what that's for? Like, do y'all have the record on that so that I can look at it on paper? That's all you got to do. And they'll give you the opportunity at those meetings to do it. All you got to do is attend a few to understand, you know, when to speak and how to sign up and all that stuff.
Go and sit and watch for a little bit. Just observe.
Yeah, anybody can do it.
The other thing with the council meetings too, though, Chris, is a lot of people go in there and they have different things. Some of them go by an Open Meetings Act. Some of them go by, like in Colorado, they go by Bob's rules. Most of them will try to do the, Robert's rules, you know. So if you have the time, you should read those things and you should get familiar with everything that goes with the meeting.
Mm-hmm. And look deeper. You know, what you hear in the meeting is just subjects, topics for you to look into on paper. You know, once you hear actually, once it's gone through the meeting, it's usually too late to do anything about it. Like if a contract is approved, it's done, you know, until the term's up. But it gives you an idea of what that particular government has been doing in your neck of the woods. Again, that's the most important place for you. You have the most power in your own backyard. You know, you can hear how they're functioning, and there will be questions you'll have if you watch long enough. And it's not just about the meetings. You know, you can go to each individual agency and almost every state. Rogue can correct me if I'm wrong. He knows more about the law than I do here. But I believe that due to certain disability acts, I'm pretty sure every state has to do some type of an open records access process with anyone, even if you can't read and write. I know Tiffany promotes the hell out of that when we do audits. So I'm pretty sure that if you were to say to the clerk, hey, I don't know how to do this process here, I need some help with filling this out, they have to do it, Rogue?
Well, in certain states, absolutely. In other states, not so much. But I do believe that in most states, you can make a verbal request, which would be you saying it and them writing it down. And you could even go so far as to say that you've written down requests before and they had a hard time reading your writing. You could say that you're illiterate, you can't write. I mean,
Yep.
You can say whatever you want to say. If you want them to, write down your request, and sometimes I've done that, and it's simply just to test the system. People shouldn't have to tell other people what their disability is. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
when we ask cops what their name and badge numbers are, and they always point to their chest, they don't think, hey, this guy might be illiterate. He might not be able to read my name badge, right?
No, they
And
don't.
so,
But they do say right here, which is the biggest law enforcement family I've ever heard of.
I know a lot of right here's. Yep.
yeah,
Right.
it's one of the biggest families in the country, I believe.
Yeah, they share the
I know.
first and last name and uniform.
Hey,
Real
quick,
funny.
y'all.
I've come across a
put
few right
here-
there too.
They put right here so much in Massachusetts that they actually created a law where the police had to identify, and if they didn't, they would be in violation of the law. It's crazy.
Hey, by the way, real quick, since I don't know if I told you recently, but I'm a freelance cameraman. I can't sit on my live stream and tell everybody every 5 minutes that I'm a veteran. So I'm going to tell you that I'm a freelance cameraman.
Big name, big belly, little channel.
Yeah, big name, big belly, little channel, freelance cameraman.
There's your catchphrase. All right, real quick, Chris, I love your work. I appreciate what you're doing for the people in your area. Rogue, same with you. Love what you do, man. Toe, hey, John, thanks for letting me be up here. John Denicola, much love to you, man. I got to get off here. I got to be up in about 4 hours, but thank you all for letting me be up here and interact with you guys. You guys do a lot for people, and I just want you to know you guys appreciate it. So,
Have a good night, brother. You take care of yourself. Safe journey.
Everybody stay safe, stay free, and we'll catch you on the next one. Caucasian, appreciate you.
We'll see you, brother. So, hey, with that, I'm gonna get ready to close this out anyway, man. We've been going strong for 3 hours and 10 minutes. I'm gonna let everybody get their last words in.
I love y'all. I'm out.
All right, we'll see you, Mitty. If you want to stick around in the backstage, I'll stick around backstage for a little bit, man. We can chit chat, this, that, whatever. Rogue, if you want to stick around, Chris, John, Caucasian. But I'm going to kill this live stream. Yeah, I'm being very, very generally specific for sure. Howard County. Yes. So anyways, and did I tell you I was a freelance cameraman? Just saying. Caucasian Sasquatch, since you're up at the top on the left, man, you got anything closing you want to say?
Yeah, man. We're coming into an election season. We have a whole lot of power at our disposal with cameras and whatnot, and there's no reason not to use them. I mean, do it. Do the thing. That's the thing that needs doing. Verification of our officials.
10-4. Right on. How about Rogue Nation? What you got for us there, Major Lee Awesome?
When the sun is high and west, always bet on black and roulette.
I love that guy.
8 is black. I go for 8. I want that 34.
My buddy John Smith, for public safety. What do you got for us?
Man, I don't know. I'm just happy to be up here and being proactive and catching up with some old friends. That goes for the panel and the chat. I love you all, man. Thanks for having me a part of your amazing group.
10-4. We love you too, man. And my man, Big John D, man, what you got, bro?
Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Keep your family close, your friends close, and keep doing what you're doing, because it can only get better. And if we can't make the change, we need to pass it on to our kids so they can try and make it.
10-4, man. So anyways, y'all, Ajot is dealing with the baby. She's going to sleep. So she sends her love to everybody. Much respect. I love everybody that came in the chat, everybody on panel. I love you guys. You know how I do it around here, so I'm going to do it the way I do it. I am Toe for Life. She's Ajot. This is Justice for Life, and we out this bitch, y'all. Toodles.
Toodles.
Shine bright up all night. We're never slowing down.